Welcome,
Oh, goddamn it,
guys.
I wasn't
This is
listening.
this is Decoy Boys. How you guys doing? If you have any questions, let me know. We're gonna get started in the live today. Um, Someone said Clarinator, Black Decoy. Yes, actually, I'm the real Decoy. I just happened to be in the sun for too long today. I was running and I didn't use sunscreen, so this is what you get for not using sunscreen. So use your sunscreen. Yeah, today's gonna be really exciting. I have my bat. Probably gonna, bash some stuff, some comments, some
Yo,
nice
yo,
stuff.
no, wait. This guy said my shadow's talking. It's just a new shirt. It's just a new shirt. Oh, you go.
Yo.
Oh yeah, no, okay. Netflix decoy transitioned. I mean, I'm a little bit. Wait,
This mic.
Yeah, hold on. I think I might need to get like a little Allen wrench if I have one. But no, I
Should
mean,
be good.
no, you can just move down kind of towards your face,
Yeah.
more closer. But yeah, no, we're good. I mean, this is just what.
Blackface.
Yeah, thank you, U.S. Bud, saying he couldn't see any difference for real. You can now work for ICE.
Oh,
Yeah, you was afraid. See, we're
getting it wrong.
robbed. This messed up, man.
I'm an angel actually. I just can't see my crown. I have wings as well. My wings are invincible, so you can't see that either.
Well, we were saying that that he is the Nigerian prince that's always asking for money, and then this is because of your guys' contributions. He is now a Nigerian king.
Yeah,
So,
I need money back home. I have like 15 wives and 25 kids. You know,
that's not helping any. That's like you're. If they had any prejudices against that, and they think about the whole like having a bunch of wives, you've just done it. Decoy dark mode. Yeah, Decoy is more than a face. He is a king. He's the Nigerian king, guys.
That's right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I think that by data saying happy to see you back. Yeah, he's been on the show a lot when we did when we were in Santa Monica and we were checking things out. We were trying to see like, where the homeless people went. He was on the show. So it's like this is kind of a return to form. Like I said, Scott said, I saw this guy for 20 years ago. And look, see, everything turned out all right, man. Everything turned out right. Because of Timu Jax, bro.
It's a team with Jax.
Do you know who Jax is?
Yeah, from Mortal Kombat.
Yeah. The metal arms.
Yeah.
You guys remember the guy. You guys watched the video of when we went to Santa Monica. So he's been around for a while. He just, since I moved out of the city, it's kind of rare to see him. So yeah, put him on there. Bananas and rice decoy. That is.
You guys have no filter at all.
Oh, man,
no
we gotta turn off chat, man. I'm just gonna feel like self-conscious about myself the entire time.
Yeah.
If you hate illegals and communists, I don't care what you are. And that's the thing is, we are two immigrants. You got your citizenship how long ago?
Like 9 years ago, actually.
9 years?
No, actually, because I've been here for 9 years.
Yeah.
So I got my citizenship like five years ago. 4 or 5 years ago, yeah.
Yeah, with the twin decoys. Exactly. How would you know the difference between me and him if it wasn't for the fact that I'm a little buffer? You know? It's a little more muscular, man.
Flip it.
I'm talking about
Dark
roast decoy. Guys, this is not.
People always find a way to like go back to race, and that's like an instinctual thing in our system, huh?
It is. I mean, I kind of have I have a sense of humor about it. I don't really mind it. It's kind of funny to me, but honestly, it's like you guys are Americano decoy. You were saying that you were the American decoy compared to me. Yeah,
I did say that.
Y'all got the same forehead.
Yo,
nah, bro.
I think you need glasses, man.
Yeah. No. I'm only racist against America. Can you two arm wrestle, please? I don't want to hurt the guy, man. He used to be. I'm not a math Asian. He's the math. Maybe you are the math Asian.
I'm not that huge. It's the camera. The camera has like 10 pounds.
Well, the sad part is though, it's like it's the angle because I'm closer to the camera. Like if we switch spots. Yeah, he's much larger. He's much larger than me. Yeah, facial hair battle. You're the worst beard known to man. But I feel like I have an excuse being Asian. Like we're not known for having beards. So I mean, I'm trying, guys. I'm struggling. He's seen me go through the patchiest of days trying to get a beard and never really getting there.
That's right. So can I get a go hair of a light skinned decoy?
He's got better hair than. I mean, yeah, I don't. Yeah, you know what? Last time you were on the show, I don't even think your dreads can go in a bun.
No.
Now you're full like predator mode, man.
They're really long. I've been growing them for Almost 6 years.
Jesus Christ. Maybe you can donate some hair.
To who?
Just shave it off and like give it to like locks of love.
Shave my identity? No, not yet.
Not yet. Yeah. Okay, so here's the thing. It's like Real East Texas says, what's your opinion on the way authorities reported on the VA nurse shooting? Interesting how you just called it the Virginia nurse. Just curious, seemed like they rushed their answers fast. So we're in a good, like a unique scenario where obviously I'm doing this channel and he's working, like he's out there in the streets doing his thing, but like working a real job. You almost have next to no knowledge of what occurred over in Minneapolis with that nurse getting shot, right?
No, I mean, sometimes you go on X and you see like, you see a clip, but you don't see like detailed information of what's going on.
Yeah, so you know about what it was,
yeah,
but you don't really have all the details. So pretty much you can kind of be a clean slate of learning about this, figuring stuff out, and kind of being like genuine in your reaction to it, because we have a lot of stuff to talk about today. But also, I don't know how to phrase other than saying, oh, you're based. Like, you're based. Like, you don't, like, you are a person that...
I'm, like, very neutral, not tinted.
I wouldn't necessarily say neutral. I would say, like, genuine in the sense of you didn't grow up in, like, you're not a crazy liberal. Like, you live in LA.
Mm-hmm.
You've seen all the Democrat by default, all the very, very liberal women where they have all the strong opinions about stuff they know literally virtually nothing about. And... it's nonsense, and you're kind of more based in reality. You know, like, we need strong law enforcement. You know what happens in Nigeria without law enforcement. So it's like one of those things. Kind of like a bystander. Yeah. But you're just gonna be more. I don't want to say neutral, but you're gonna be more like just
like my opinions is not gonna be tainted by like some kind of ideology based on political parties. Yeah.
Yeah, like social media is not telling you like, George Floyd was this innocent little angel. He was going to be a NASA astronaut or a brain surgeon, and we had to protect him. You're more based in like, hey, was he doing drugs and committing crimes? You know?
Yeah, he said, Killer Nato said he has more worldly views. Yeah,
and that's 100% true, because it's one of those things. God damn it. You called it out. You said, "Is this the new rush hour?" How long? How it was going to be less than 9 minutes in, we get the first rush hour.
I knew someone was going to say that.
Yeah, but went to college with a Nigerian. He was wonderful to talk to.
Thank you. I don't know who he is, but yeah, we're good people.
I thought you were going to say, yeah, he's my buddy. I don't know who he is, but I know him. His heroic drug overdose, yeah. So it's like, you either have common sense or you don't. So it's like, it's good to have like a worldly view where it's like, a lot of people say, I hate America, but it's like, there's a lot of countries we could live in. We all choose America.
Yeah.
We know what it is to be outside of America. And it's like these, sad to say, predominantly white, college-educated, female liberals have some fantasy world utopia they think is beyond the U.S., despite the fact that nobody gives them the freedoms to say all this batshit insane stuff like America.
I mean, they do have I think the platform itself just gives them that, that freedom to say whatever they want, which is, there's nothing wrong with having a platform that makes you say how you feel or what you think is right or wrong, but there has to be like some kind of common sense behind it, right?
Yeah, not programming. Like, I'm afraid of being canceled. If I don't say BLM and turn my Facebook profile picture into a black square, everybody's going to is going to turn on me. Overthrow said, "It's good to see two black voices working together." You know what? Yeah, exactly. We have to represent, guys. Obviously, very clearly. This is not rush hour. This is
What'd you call this?
Friday? No, not Friday.
Friday. Well, Friday doesn't have an Asian dude in there.
No, that's what I'm saying, because we're two black voices.
Maybe we could say
I'm getting canceled because I said Black Friday, because like as in the shopping day, but I just meant Friday.
We could say
next Friday.
Fast and Furious. How about Fast and Furious? We could use Fast and Furious.
Like Tyrese and you got to shave your hair though.
No, I'm not shaving my hair.
Yeah. Chill minute, like instead of rush hour, just be the hurry minute. Yeah.
Chill minute. Decoy is durag.
Decoy is durag. Durag voice. Yeah. There you go. Liberal women have too much main character syndrome. I think because here's the thing: is like, it's not just liberal woman, because you can have a very effeminate male that says all the talking points and is like kind of like, I'm a male feminist, but they're also kind of a predator too. But just the whole, anybody can be a white liberal female archetype. It's just predominantly them, but they all can be like that bad.
You know, when I was in college and I took a class, it was women's and religions class, and I was pretty much the only guy in that class. And I knew
why you registered for that class, but that's your fault.
Because I needed extra unit. I just need to take a class.
That's why.
And I knew the girls in the class, nothing against women, but the girls in the class just hate my guts because I objected to one of what the professor said about wage gap. And they just hate me. They hate me for objecting to that. And I had proof because I was taking economics class, and economics disproved all the ideology about wage gap. But the girls didn't like the fact I said that. And some girl like sent me an email on we use Canvas, right? I'm sure you guys know Canvas if you go to school. Yeah. And she sent me an email about how I was wrong and how like there's gender gap and like men make more money than women. I'm like, don't hate me. I just said what I thought was right. Like there's proof about that. But yeah, they do come after you. They do come after you.
I mean, how dare you? I honestly feel like, what did you expect was going to happen going into like what they said, the lion's den? Like you went to the lion's den, like this is not our space, man.
Man, I was just trying to take a class and pass the class, man. I didn't know I was going to upset so many liberal women in that class.
Was there anything other than? Because here's the thing: it's like what I would always say. Like people are always afraid of like liberal woman, blah blah blah. Like oh, they're always against it and stuff. But it's like living in LA. I have only dated girls that were Democrat by default types, where they have liberal values. They think they're a feminist. They have all these things. And I never try to push like any values or culture or politics on them. But always at the end of it, they turn out to become more conservative and like, more law and order focused because they kind of see the world for what it is. I don't try to push it too hard, but it's like, I feel like most of these Democrat by default types, like all those girls inside your class yelling at you, they're just saying that because they're parroting something that someone else told them. Somebody, I'm not trying to be like mean but derogatory, but somebody smarter than them told them this, so they only feel smart if they also feel the same way. So until somebody can challenge them in a nice, kind way, they're always going to think like that. And it's like, yeah, through email, through a lecture, challenging the professor while everybody's against you, that environment, you're never going to win. But should you guys just be like dating for a while, meeting the parents, and then just like observing the world together and just pointing out small flaws in their logic when they see something like George Floyd died, or what else would be a good example? Like even what happened over in Minneapolis, the narrative that Renee Good was just dropping off her kids, and then you just kind of poke the holes in. Well, she was there for 45 minutes dancing in a car. She had lost custody of the two kids. She had floored the gas because the tires were skidding out, and it actually hit the agent, and he had internal bleeding. Like this small stuff like that. You can't do it in the context of a giant lecture hall and emailing her, but just small stuff like that can bring someone back to the middle.
Yes, you could try, honestly.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's still just like, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong. You know how... No, it is. It's
not even you're wrong. It's you're racist. You're a bigot. How dare you not march in the streets and probably end your own life or get thrown in jail for not standing up for Renee Good or that the Pretty guy. I thought his name was Pretty, but I guess it's Pretty. It's like all these things, you got to represent all these different things and say all the right words every single time. Michael, God damn it!
What?
But it's like. Wasn't trying to say it. It's like, my bad. Okay, so it is, that's kind of cool that Nicholas made a little squid, but it's me saying, you wear your mask, because remember, we were in very liberal LA at the time. You wear your mask, or you're killing grandmas. You know what? You make your fist and take a knee, or you're a racist for BLM movements. You know what? You change your profile picture to the Ukrainian flag, or you're a Russian bot. Like every single step of the way, you have to be align with them, or you're the bad guy, you're a racist, you're a Russian bot, or whatever. It's always just trying to bully you into submission because you are not allowed to have your own ideals.
Yeah, it's like if you don't agree with them, you're just like an automatic alien and you don't belong on this planet anymore. Get out.
Yeah. Or it's like my car didn't start this morning. Somehow it's racism's fault. And it's like I feel like a lot of people are just like, you know what? A white woman died. How racist of this world? Like, what? Oh, his name was Alex Pretty. Okay, yeah. I think the bat is too scary to your guest. I mean, This is just the trademark now. I feel like I wouldn't. You want to hold the bat? You want to hold the bat? Yeah, hold the bat. Yeah.
Now I look like I'm about to rob him, right?
I didn't say that. That wasn't me.
Yo.
Yeah, no. Fluorine is super bad. I don't know. How can you support a fascist dictator, predator, serial or exactly? It's like you falsely frame something. You merchandise the false framing that he's this, he's that, he's a fascist or whatever, and then you list off the index of all the false things you claimed against him, and then every time you attack him, those like, oh, okay, I don't know anything about him being a fascist, but since I've heard it a lot, you can prattle it off in a long list. The same thing with BLM, where they go, say their names: Breonna Taylor, George Floyd, Jacob Blake, and they just have all the names. It's like, oh my god, that's such a long list of people that have been wrongfully killed. It's like, well, some of them didn't get killed. All of them were committing criminal activity. Like, this is one of those things where it's like, they know they're wrong. They're just trying to overwhelm you with bumper sticker slogans and things you're supposed to just accept, and then you can't ever question it, because then it makes you also that fascist predator.
I think, like, if they're trying to be fair in that situation, they should release like their, like, not necessarily release like the criminal record, but like the history, right? You can't just eliminate their history and show us like a good portion of them, of their side. Like, they're picking a specific side they want to show to the media to portray them as like, oh, these people are such angels and like, you know, they don't deserve this. And we're supposed to accept that. Like, show us the issue, show us like what they've done before, because everybody has that.
Well, it's like it became a thing where demanding facts and information, saying, hey, let's pump the brakes. Was this a racist incident or not? It's like, no, you're a bad person regardless. Like, you never get a moment to ever say, hey, I want to be objective about this. It's like, no, we're all emotional. We know that the useful idiots on the internet are going to very quickly move on from this incident. They've already forgotten about Ukraine. They've already forgotten about Palestine. They're on to their new thing. So it's like, you got to catch it while it's hot. They know as soon as facts come out, like Renee Good, they said, oh, she was just, do you know about that? The thing the girl can shoot. So it's like, she's impeding on law enforcement, making immigration, not raids.
Oh yeah, I saw the clip, but I never go like really into details into.
So you saw the clip, you saw a woman getting blasted in the face and losing their life, and everybody screaming and shouting.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to see that. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see an innocent woman dying, but it was like, the other video showed for 45 minutes, she was in the car, she was dancing around. She's like, haha, we're here stopping law enforcement. They said that she was just dropping off her kid at school. That was not the case. And also, she was acknowledging the officer. Oh, she was just trying to get away from them. She was looking directly at the cop, or the Border Patrol agent, and then as she's trying to get away because the other cop's trying to reach in there and grab her, she floors it. This car skidding out of control, hits him briefly. He takes one shot into the windshield, ends her, and as you know, they keep on firing because you're supposed to get 3 shots center of mass. That's the attempt. She kicks her around in the head, crashes somewhere, she dies, unfortunately. But the left had already taken the narrative. ICE agent just walking up to mom, dropping off her kid at school and ending her. It's like, well, there's an important part in the middle. Same thing happening with this nurse over in Minneapolis, where they say he was just defending a woman. We're going to get more into it as we get into the topics today. But he was just defending a woman. And then ICE beats him down and then shoots. They disarmed him and they shot him. He was a license carrier to like have a weapon on him, like all this stuff. But it's like, no, he was fighting the cops. He may have had a permit to legally carry, but you have to have your ID on you. I believe in most states you can't go to protests with it. That's like a gun-free zone. The multiple mags thing I don't care about. When you carry, you typically have multiple mags on you. But the agents, when they're fighting it, you know what it is to try to arrest somebody. It goes by super fast, and they're wrestling him, and then someone's shouting gun. They're saying he has a gun on him. It looks like somebody removes the gun from his holster, and as he's fighting them, it looks like he reaches in his band, pulls out a mag. People are already saying gun. A round goes off. They're thinking it's because it's a P320. So with the 6 hour, it's just known to, if you have it, it can just discharge a round by itself. You don't got to do anything. So I think a round went off. And then everybody freaked out, and they all just started dumping to him. Very sad the guy died, but it's like, well, you know what I mean? Like, there's an important thing. It's like, okay,
why wasn't he in that situation in the first place?
Why was he there? If you want to, and the thing is, like, in a part of those signal chats he was in, those organized groups, or what it looks like the Minneapolis government is behind, they were instructing them, just observe. Do not get involved. But here he is trying to be a hero. They said he was directing traffic. It's like, I don't know. I'm sorry. If you have your CCW when you're there, you're supposed to be more responsible than everybody else. Everybody knows once you get your permit to carry, that is the day you lose every single argument in the world. Somebody's shouting at you, you have to kind of retreat. You can only just draw for self-defense. You can't go out there looking for fights. Someone's talking trash to you and your family. You have a reasonable expectation to retreat because you have a weapon on you. Nobody else does. For him to get in the middle of a fight and start to try to attack the police makes me feel like this is what he wanted.
He wanted that. He wanted that. Like, he wanted the eyes on him. He wanted the attention, but that kind of backfired.
And the sad part is you saw early on at least on this channel, we watch people saying, hey, if you have nothing to live for and you're down in the dumps and you feel like you don't ever mattered, this is the time you step up. And they were literally trying to make somebody become a martyr. Now, it looked like this guy was a nurse and he had a somewhat of a positive reputation. I believe he was divorced. And then also his family thought he had become too liberal. Like there was a lot of other stuff going on in there. But just the idea that he didn't seem like he was there to become a martyr, but who knows what's going on in the background and stuff. Yeah, who conceal carries without their ID? Exactly. He did not have his ID. It's like they try to say he was licensed to carry, but it's like he wasn't carrying in a legal capacity that day. Mental illness, probably mental illness. Yeah. His family told him not to go to the protest. His family told him not to get involved. I mean, he's a grown adult. He can do whatever he wants, but it's sad that all your loved ones in real life are telling you don't risk your life over protecting Somalian fraud and other immigrants, R'ing kids and DUIing people or getting DUIs and ending people. He decided to do it anyway, and he's lost his life on behalf of a community that I don't think I've seen a single person from the Somalian community in Minneapolis marching for him. Everybody's saying, say his name, seems to be affluent celebrities, athletes, and white liberals that are usually not from the area. Yeah, bad decisions clouded by propaganda infusion, 100%. You can conceal carry without ID in New Hampshire. That's the thing, is it doesn't matter what it is in New Hampshire. It's where he was, because they all try to do the semantics of, he was carrying legally. Where are all the 2A people? It's like, I'm as pro 2A as they come. I'm very, very pro 2A and defending yourself. I would never go to a hot area to say, I'm going to go over there and defend our rights, put my life on the line to protect people that don't know me. Like, I'm doing it for myself, my loved ones. Not even necessarily my community, unless it's like a Chinese invasion. Maybe then I'm protecting my community. But it's like, no. If it's just anything else, I'm not.
It's like, why would you have a weapon, go to a protesting spot where you know there are cops? I mean, they're essentially, maybe they're not like, you know, your regular cops, but they're law enforcement agents, right?
Arguably worse, because most coppers carry a Glock. Or maybe what are the new ones? Whatever. The fact that most coppers carrying a handgun, these guys are carrying ARs. They got riot gear on. This is arguably worse. It's
like you're going to go seek for trouble at that moment. If he doesn't have a weapon, then okay, that could be a different conversation we could have. But he had a weapon on him. I mean, it's blatant. Like, it's right there in your eyes. You just not see. You just don't want to see it.
Well, because they already picked the narrative. When the person lost their life, they already knew this is ICE being racist. How dare the Trump administration tear away the Constitution? They already came to that conclusion before they knew anything about the incident. And now the fact that they got to plug in their resolution into the incident, regardless of what happened. Same thing with Renee Good. Same thing with that guy over in the valley, over in Northridge. You heard about the guy on New Year's Eve? Yeah. He had an AR-style rifle popping off shots in the air, and then an ICE agent comes out and says, put your hands up. He pops off some shots to her. I say, ICE killed an off-duty ICE agent killed another person, a black guy. And they're like, well, he was shooting into the apartment complex that the black community lives in. but they already made it up saying ice is bad, so they don't care about what happened. This guy's Arachnid Dude says, "For my next trick, I'm gonna slap a pit bull." That you were very right. I feel like, you know what, guys, like for social justice, let's go slap some pit bulls. Like that, obviously, you want the ICE agents to have more restraint than that. But I mean, with the whole idea, they're like, "Oh, let's go there. Let's blow our whistles. Let's make it a chaotic scenario. Let's call them fascists and racist and try to dox them." Like already, I don't have it pulled up today, but there's a guy, apparently some influencer on Twitter, said the guy's name is John Doe. I'm saying the actual name. This is the guy that ended Preddy. And the guy came out and said, "I'm not the fucking Ice Age. I'm not him. They're saying that it's me, but it wasn't me." And now he's like, "I'm going to sue that guy for defamation," because he's getting death threats. And like, yeah, you always wonder, why do our law enforcement agents, not even just ICE agents, why do they need masks? It's because psychopaths on the left will try to end you for having a job that includes protecting children. Very bizarre. Wait, baseball bat for the clout, good sir? All for the clout? Does it give us clout? I feel like this is just, I'm ADHD, man. I'm bouncing around. I'm moving here. Like I have a large coffee every morning. Like I need something to do.
Like it makes me feel like I feel like a stereotype. That's probably why.
What stereotype? Nigerians play I don't think in the World Baseball Classic Africa has ever produced a baseball team.
No, we're not really good in investing in like sport, except on like soccer or football. But every other sports is not really.
What I discovered is, and it's kind of messed up. It's probably just because like the same reason they say back in the day in the NBA, you can have like a like hoop dreams. You can be from the hood, learn the game of basketball, and become a new star. Michael Jordan. You can become who else came from like bad conditions? But the new generation of sports star is Steph Curry. Rich kid, had all the best coaching in the world to become a star. But you know who else also dominates almost every sport? Nigerians, because they have like the highest composition of like fast twitch muscle fibers, but they never make it from Nigeria. Stylebender from UFC, Kumar Usman, they were raised other places like New Zealand, and then the Giannis Antetokounmpo, Nigerian, but raised over in Greece. It's like they have to be around all the resources possible to do it, because it's no longer like, hey, I can out-athlete everybody, I'm Shaquille O'Neal. It's like, nah, the skill cap is too high. Here comes the podium. What? Wait, the baseball bat reminds me of that SpongeBob and Patrick as thugs picture.
I've never seen that before.
And I feel like right now, just because the way the light is, I would obviously be Patrick, the pink guy. Or no, would I be SpongeBob because I'm yellow? Whatever it is, it's racist, man. Yeah, the left were complaining about getting doxxed when Charlie got ended, but they're fine with ICE or doxing ICE agents. Exactly. There's no consistency. There's no virtue. It's all about how do we paint you as bad guys so you're too afraid to speak up because we're going to hit you with violence. Sad to say.
Batman and Robin.
The fact that he spelled like robbing makes me feel like that's racism. Bro. We're just getting attacked right now. Bro has a mega head.
Who?
Yeah, Charles. Who has the mega head? Yeah. So we're just getting blasted. Like it took him 8 minutes to call us Team Rush Hour or Team Hurry Minute. I mean,
we're trying to be serious here, guys. We're having a very serious, funny conversation.
Yeah, that's he's not Somali. Here's the thing: is I just remember me being me, like me, just kind of being naive. When I first moved to LA, as some coworkers, he was a guy from Cameroon, and I was like, okay, so I've met some people from Africa. I forgot where the other guy was from. Like, whatever. My first location that I worked at, main big office, guys from Africa. I was like, okay, they're cool. And then I hire you, and you're straight from Nigeria. And then a location next to us had a guy from, was he from Ethiopian?
Is it Ghana?
Ghana? He was from, I'm see, that's how bad I'm merciful. But okay, so they've never met before. And I'm like, oh, cool. We got another guy. He's from Africa as well. We all went playing soccer. And I was like, they're going to get along because they have a shared experience of being from the continent of Africa. Right off the bat, that guy hated you. Like, it was the most bizarre. Like, Africans are like Asians. Like, Koreans, Chinese, Japanese. We all kind of, there's some racism amongst us. And he was like, nah, I don't trust Nigerians. And I'm like, damn, bro, you haven't even met this guy yet. It was bad. Like, yeah.
That was a long time. I remember that story. Yeah, it was a long time ago.
It was sad because I just remember growing up. My best friend, my neighbor, was a 6'3" black guy, African American. Me and him knew each other forever. And then when I moved to LA, one of my apartments, one of my new neighbors was also a 6'3" tall black guy, African American. You would remember this incident. I'm not going to say their names. But we all went to go play flag football at Santa Monica Beach. When they met each other, I swear it was like they don't know each other, very different backgrounds, but they're just close friends of mine, just kind of mirror images of each other. It was like watching two golden retrievers meet each other. They just hit it off right away because they have a shared experience. I was like, cool, this is going to be like that. But no, that guy hated you. And it was like, just because I said you're Nigerian, I should have just said you're African too, man. Yeah.
Racism.
It is racism. The roots are strong. I mean, here's the thing. Is like, I think even at some level, you and other Nigerians, would you trust them?
That's a very deep question.
see, if he did, if he was not also a little bit racist, he would just say yes. I trust him. Do you trust Koreans? I trust Koreans. Koreans are great people. Say it.
The question is, do you trust people in general, regardless of culture and background?
Notice how I said if he trusted him and he wasn't racist, he would say it, and he just like but I mean,
yeah, Jenny.
It's like Europeans not trusting Europeans. I think it's sad because it's in our DNA. Like they say, the reason, like when we see people, because like obviously our facial structures are way different. Like my face is very flat. I have monolids. Our foreheads are different. Our jawlines are different. Like we see each other, and without America making us like a melting pot or whatever, we're automatically supposed to like kind of be revolted by each other because of disease and things like, whenever you have Americans meeting the natives, or not Americans, Europeans meeting the natives, it's like not because they shouldn't like them. Well, obviously they should have because they took them over, but it's just the idea that there's a reason genetically we kind of are hesitant about other societies. Very sad. You always thought Decoy is Japanese, likely because all the Shohei Ohtani stuff. I got Shohei Ohtani things over there. Like I'm a big fan of that. I mean, I think my tattoos are technically classified as neo-Japanese, so I mean that makes sense. Glad to see this conversation taking place. Yeah, the first time you have two black guys sitting down on a podcast, just doing this. I swear to God, people keep on saying they called us bananas and rice. Okay, so I was complaining about the Rush Hour or Hurry Minute title. I'll take Hurry Minute or Rush Hour over Bananas and Rice any day of the week because that is so much worse on multiple levels.
I'm trying to imagine it, but I can't.
It's because this is a video of a Somalian girl going on TV. She's not very intelligent. She says, being Somalian's more than bananas and rice. She studied for a long time and says, being Somalian's a lot like bananas and rice. And that's why it's because she's
just BS.
She's just ridiculous. Like, I mean, the thing is, though, is one, she didn't seem that intelligent, but also I can kind of understand it of like English is your second or third language. Like in Somalia, there's more than one dialect or more than one language, right?
Yeah.
So it's like there's a bunch of languages she's speaking, and then she's also translating to English. And only been here for a couple of years. I could see her just being on camera, false lights on you, and just kind of hitting you too fast, and you don't know what to say. I get that. But it's not a good look. Ebony and Ivory? But I'm not...
Say banana bread.
Banana bread? But I'm not bread. Oh my God. See, you know what? That's a problem with the internet. If you ever say something bothers you, say, oh my God, like, they're going to keep it up. If I opened up every show being like, oh my God, like, poor me, like, my beard has a hard time connecting, blah, blah, blah. Like, that would be the thing.
You just go after that.
Exactly. Like, oh... I didn't shock my dog, guys. Like, this is a vibration. I didn't shock him. Every single episode. Stop talking about me shocking the dog. Obviously, they're going to troll him with a dog. Yeah. Ebony and Yellow Pine keeps on getting worse.
Who's thinking about all this?
See, in a couple of these other ones here, they're like, no, guys. Fried chicken katsu?
What's a chicken katsu? I don't know.
Chicken katsu is like when you go to like an Asian restaurant. It's like a chicken breast and then it'll be breaded or whatever. So it's like not necessarily our version of it. I never shocked the dog. I'm talking about Hassan, where he pretends like it doesn't bother him, but it's basically the thing that's ruining his career.
Yeah, I think I saw like clips of. I think you made a clip of that. Actually, I made a video of that.
Made a living off that for a while, just talking about it. Because it would be one thing if he just let it die, but he kept on bringing it up and trying to lie about it in new ways, and then later on he'd be caught as to why it was a lie. So it's like you keep on bringing it back in the news cycle. I think in the beginning he just should have said, "I'm sorry, I've never trained dogs before. I hire this very, very expensive dog trainer," and he says, "Shock your dog to keep it in a spot. I thought this was a good thing. My bad. I'll never do it again." But he is such a high ego person, he can never admit fault, and then it pretty much ended his career. My bad. Commerce Shadow saying win emotes. I don't know how to add emotes. I'll figure it out though. Steak and rice. Why? Why? Because he's like obviously more protein infused than me. Messed up. Blink once if Decoy has a shot collar on you, man. How man?
I'm blinking right now.
That's messed up. You're gonna get me canceled, bro. That's not what it is. That's not what it is.
I'm just messing around.
I'm messing around, man. Don't electrocute me. Don't tase me, bro. Don't tase me. The stream is making you hungry. I mean, all I had today is the emergency Chex Mix in case we stream for too long and I get hungry. But I mean, we probably actually will have fried chicken and katsu. That sounds bomb.
That sounds good. I'm looking at like protein and carbs.
Yeah. You're an 80s buddy cop movie? No, it's Rush Hour. I mean, that's what it was. Yeah. Banana
rice took me out.
See the whole the dark chocolate and rice pudding, that's what makes it weird. Like the other ones are kind of funny and racist. That's just like bizarre. Like where is your mind right now? Fried chicken does bring us all together. Yeah.
Who doesn't like fried chicken?
Yeah. Wait. Ooh, cheese Chex Mix. You bring great honor to your family?
What?
Bulgogi and collard greens. You guys, it's getting worse. Like we said, ha ha ha, you're being racist, but it's like now it's just being like purposely hurtful. We're not getting to the topic. We got a lot of important stuff to talk about today. We do. I'm not siding with cult fascist leftists since the cowardly right continue to do. Or literally, yeah. We got to talk about that because we have a lot of people on the right that are sadly, I don't want to say are getting cowardly about it, but it's like there's a lot of people that are on the right or the allegedly on the right that are very I want deportations. I want criminals out, wages to go up, housing prices to go down. But once I see the sad reality of deportations, it was always going to look bad. Making arrests always looks bad to the outside. They don't know the context. You have to have the stomach for justice. Once it started to look bad, like, okay, you know what, we want closed borders, but not this way, guys. Stop making arrests because it makes me too emotional. A lot of people on the right, actually a lot of just lukewarm people that are like common sense individuals don't like it. Even for a small period of time, Joe Rogan was even talking about how he said he was going to arrest criminals. And now he's just arresting cooks and dads and fathers. He's separating families. I didn't sign up for this. And it's like, yeah, no. So let's go ahead and get to the first topic of the day. See how this is kind of set up right here. So first topic of the day, if you guys haven't already, you're probably watching me over on YouTube. So we have the Decoy channel that has a couple videos. I'm going to move how many videos I do a week lower. But Decap Decoy is now sitting at almost 75,000 viewers or 75,000 subscribers with 1.8K watching. That's pretty awesome. I think overall across all platforms we're close to 2,000, which is pretty awesome. But if you haven't already, you can watch us over at twitch.tv/decoy. We're giving the platform a shot. If you have Amazon Prime and don't watch anything on Twitch, you can connect your Amazon Prime account to your twitch.tv/decoy and give me a free like $5 a month subscription. It's free for you, gives me money. This is very confusing to look at, but I mean, you can subscribe over there if you want to support the channel. It can be a little bit confusing, so do it if you can. If it's a little bit much, I mean, I understand, but yeah. Really appreciate that because today, what we got to talk about is the mass riots over in Minneapolis and how they're spreading everywhere. So you don't know the most about that. Oh, thank you, Fatty McButterpants for this Prime sub. Thank you. But you're not really aware of what's happening over in Minneapolis right now, right?
No, I have no idea.
Okay, so right now there's massive protests again. Not as big as a BLM protest. Not as big as a LA protest we saw before, where nobody's funding this. So you're seeing this, someone with a sign saying deport ICE, F ICE and Trump. Oh, thanks for the Prime sub, Ethan. Nuremberg trials, so they want to put them in jail, the ICE agents. Like, there's a lot of people. Like, Freedom News is out there saying, hey, look, it's, they're waving sides after the justified ending of Alex Pretty. Oh, thank you, Black Hunt, for the Prime sub. But now, I don't even think I can play this video because it's going to be a beatdown of Ice Agents. So thank you, Broski, for the Prime sub. But I don't think I can play this video because, yeah, it's them saying, you know what? Freddy just lost his life fighting Ice Agents. The Ice Agent likely will find no charges. It's going to turn out to be a justified shoot, as tragic as it is. You know what we should do? Let's go smack some pit bulls. Because we going over there and they're tackling them. Yeah, you can see it's like they're actually fighting these Ice Agents, thinking, oh, thank you, Evil Ted, for the Prime sub. Fighting them is going to change something. Because how many deportations do you think Alex Preddy's efforts
is going to stop?
Yeah.
None.
Zero. And hey, they're like, you know what? It didn't work then. Maybe if I lose my life too, then it's going to stop some. Thank you, Mandry Raquel, for the Prime sub.
Like, why would you go attack people with guns?
But they've lost that. Oh, thank you, Dake Koth, for the Prime sub. Yeah, it's like, if you think this is a fascist administration, they're out there to attack us and they're harming people, blah, blah, blah. That's not what you do during fascism. Like, it increases the trouble. Thank you, Tatsu Mock, for the Prime sub. But now it's getting worse because Homeland Security. Oh, thank you, Uncle Henry, for Prime sub. Homeland Security says during the riots, one individual was apprehended for obstructing law enforcement personnel and utilizing caltrops. Never even heard of that.
What's that?
To deflate tires of law enforcement vehicles. So, like what they've been saying. Videos over in, I think it was Minneapolis early on, that one guy was like, hey, you snipped the tires off the little inflating thing on the tire and you can flatten the thing. It's like, no, don't do that. That's a felony. And now they're actually doing it. They say
somebody built that.
Yeah, upon apprehension, they're found in possession of a bag containing several similar devices. So these are caltrops, I guess. The subject was arrested and they have this thing. It's like they get a PVC pipe and drill a whole bunch of those things in it. And it's like, that's not only dangerous for like ICE vehicles, but that's like dangerous for me and you driving around, being on a bicycle. Even tripping and falling on this thing is actually going to hurt you a lot. And then incidentally, I guess MSNBC or MS Now showed them on the ground and they panned away without comments. Like, oh, am I still? Sometimes I'm still following them. Daily Sneed Trooper, he's a great follow. Oh, thank you, Defcon Zero, for the Prime sub. But violent scene after a fatal shooting by federal agent. They keep on framing it, showing they're literally like they're insurgents. Like, yeah, Work Today says this really is war. Somebody, the new phrasing I keep on seeing on Twitter right now. Thanks, William Pearl, for the regular subscription. Thank you. Is the right treats this as a sports game. Like, we need to win back the hearts and minds and make sure America's safe. The left is treating this as a holy war. They want us to be ended. Like, this is not just ICE agents. This is just anybody that's living there possibly getting ended because psychopaths are like, I don't like the fact that you can't bite the finger off an ICE agent. Do you even know about that?
No. Someone... What would you say?
As a border patrol, Customs and Border Patrol agent was fighting two people that I think have the same type of identity as this individual, part of the T movement. They're fighting an ICE agent. They bite the finger off him. I showed it on the last stream. I had to blur it out. But they literally bit the finger off. He's going to lose it forever. And they have a little canister. And I think one of the Democrats was like, you can't talk about that. That's going to escalate, the violence. It's like, no, you need to tell them what they're doing. They're encouraging all this activity, and they're literally turning them into rabid cannibals because they don't like the idea that people that are kids, people that traffic kids for slavery, all these things I can't even say on Twitch and YouTube, they're actually doing them. ICE wants to deport them, and they say, how dare they not allow these people to live in our community? We should start eating ICE agents. And I say that as like, it's a joke, haha, but it fucking happened. Like,
I don't know what although they're trying to get a point across, right? The point is like, hey, stop deporting all these people, but these people are not yet legally, first of all.
Yeah.
And you're attacking law enforcement, people that are trying to keep you safe. You're attacking people that are trying to keep you safe from other immigrants that are trying to, attack you as well. So it's kind of like it's a ridiculous idea behind it, but they can't just see past that, and there's so much anger built into them. The ICE is the enemy at this point.
Well, and it's sad because they come here to this country, not the white liberals, but the people come here to this country because law enforcement is corrupt. They're ineffective. They have working hours. You told me about Nigeria. Like after a certain hour, police they stop working.
Oh yeah.
So it's like immigrants come here because they want law and order. They want protection from criminals because not all of them are criminals. But for some reason, the left can't see the difference between law-abiding decoy, law-abiding Nigerian king. they don't know the difference between us and the criminals. Because I'm not going to sit here and say there aren't any criminal Koreans here that need to be deported. There's probably a lot of them. But the idea is they want to lump us up together because they can't tell the difference because of their own racism. But the idea of they think defending the worst of us makes the best of us safer. And it's sad because they think they're doing the right thing. They deep down, they think they're doing the right thing because their emotions have been weaponized against us, essentially. Because what a lot of people don't forget is most crime is intraracial, which means Asians likely victimize Asians, blacks likely victimize blacks. They usually harm their own communities. Now, obviously, there are certain communities that have been more prone or more statistically likely to harm other communities. But the thing is, though, is you're predominantly, when you say, I don't want to put a black criminal in prison, you're predominantly making more black victims. They know that. It's a statistic fact, but they can't see beyond their own white savior complex of, I'm going to protect all of the minorities because I'm a racist and I can't tell them apart. Good luck, other minorities that are going to be living in those communities with those guys. I freed them. I live in my gated community. I'm perfectly safe. Thank you, G-Fu, for the subscription. But you know what? Good luck, guys. I just needed to coddle my ego because you know what? Saving the environment got boring to me. Saving the whales got boring to me. Saving Ukraine got boring to me. Now it's your turn to feel my wrath. That's essentially what happened.
There's always something they always get mad about, and I guess this is the next thing.
Yeah, ego. It's what it is. I can't be wrong. I have to be right. I think we've met many people. Like one in our office hierarchy one time, the person, their name started with an L. Just so you know, I'm not going to try to dox her. You're very, very nice. Good boss, very nice woman, but I remember her essentially looking down at the idea of conservatism. Like, oh, thank you, Augusmo, for the prime sub, Agris. But she was saying when Gavin Newsom got recalled and they wanted to put in Larry Elder, the black conservative radio show host, she was like, no, he's worse than Trump. Had all these things to say about Larry Elder. And I was like, do you even know anything about him? He's like, no, I just heard he's worse than Trump. And then later on, living in one of the nicest places in LA, like a very expensive home, was like, decoy, I'm afraid to walk my dog at night. How did it get this bad? I'm like, I wonder why you guys thought voting for the same party for several decades and saying law enforcement is bad, even though our job was in the capacity of that. Voting against law enforcement was going to solve your issues. And now you're crying saying, I spent over $1 million on my home. I don't feel safe walking my own dog. Now I have to move to another area, probably going to move to like Orange County or Calabasas, and then vote the same exact way she's running away from. Very sad. It's like, don't forget there's lots of mentally ill people out there. It's very difficult to understand crazy. But in LA, it was mentally ill. But it was mainly drug-addled, mentally ill, violent criminals that just kept on getting recycled in our community. It's like, unless you guys are willing to take the mentally ill drug users out of your society and watch them get arrested, because when they get arrested, they're going to flail, they're going to scream like, oh, let me go, oh my God, I'm dying. They're going to say all the things in the world, they're going to cry, they're going to scream. You have to be able to look that in the eye and say, sad to say, this is your medicine. You have not been a positive contribution to society. You are very dangerous to our most vulnerable. Like me and you, sad to say, we're not like huge jack 6'8" mega athletes, but we're people that most of the time, homeless people aren't going to try to attack us. We're like, we're not easy prey. But if you have a 5 foot tall Asian girl going to UCLA, they're going to target them 9 times out of 10. Those are the most vulnerable. Like you cannot put that insane drug user next to her on the bus. You need to keep our vulnerable safe, or even the old Asian grandmother, or the old African grandmother, whatever it may be. Keeping them safe is not pretty. You got to throw those dangerous drug users in jail, but some people don't have the stomach for it, like our old boss. Oh, you can't, it's so bad. Oh, it looks bad. Just let him free. He's not hurting anybody yet.
It's like, people want to have civilized community, but they're doing it in uncivilized way. It's like you know these people are not the best. You know they're terrible. You know you wouldn't want to be next to them or share a room with them. But at the same time, you're trying to defend them and fight for them. Make that make sense?
It doesn't, because they're led by emotions. Thank you, Chris, for the Prime sub. But yeah, this is how we kind of got sidetracked. But it's crazy how, again, in St. Paul, Minnesota, this is the place where the Don Lemon and that group of activists, the BLM activists, marching in the church, shouting at everybody and screaming and yelling at them. St. Paul, Minnesota. A guy fled in a vehicle, struck multiple officers, and again, the agents were firing at them. I think I can play this video.
Yeah. When was this?
This was today. So yeah, it's getting worse. So beyond the whole putting down nails, endangering the entire community because we gotta protect our Somalian fraudsters, you see this, it's getting worse. And will the left pump the brakes on this? No. They're seeing all this crazy stuff going down, all this violence, and here you have disgraced Governor Tim Walz saying, you know what? I'm proud of our city. All this destruction, he's proud of that.
If it was the intention of Donald Trump to make an example of Minnesota, then I'm damn proud of the example that the world's seeing. We believe in law and order in this state.
We believe in law and order, letting tens of billions of dollars of fraud occurring. ICE agents getting their fingers bitten off by cannibal-style activists. I'm proud of that.
I think him saying I'm proud of that is just a way to please certain people.
I think he's trying to get more people to do it. Like, you know, when Renee Good lost her life fighting ICE, he went out there and said, we need to go out there and have more good trouble. And I was like, I think that's, I hate even saying dog whistle because it gets overused, but I feel like that's a dog whistle of saying good trouble is what Renee Good did. I need more martyrs for my cause, because every single time ICE has to end somebody defending themselves, he has more fuel to say Trump is a fascist. It's like, I need more human sacrifice. He says, I'm proud of this S-file I created, and Walz is a lying criminal. I believe it. Yeah. What the fuck is good trouble? Good trouble is when, like, I feel like he saw Renee Good lose her life, and he was like, good job. That's what I wanted. William Perry says, my family waited 7 years to go through the legal process. How long did it take you, even though you had a sponsor, to become a citizen?
Well, the process was like 2 years. I can't even travel. I had to stay at home I was back in Nigeria for a period of 2 years or 3 years, just filing and sending paperwork and filing and sending paperwork to get here. Then I get here, I had to wait another 4 or 5 years before I became a citizen. So a law-abiding citizen, right? I can't just come over here and start chaos and all of a sudden I'm a citizen, right? My record has to be straight, no criminal records, I had to be civilized, for me to get my citizenship.
You had to be working and a student. And it's like, at no point in time would I go to Japan and say, I'm going to start protesting against Japan. It's like, no, you get here because you want to be here. And you want to adhere to these values, not, man, Nigeria had some issues. Wouldn't it be crazy if we made it here like Nigeria? How would you even go through the trouble of doing that? But that's what they think. Yeah.
And we believe that Donald Trump needs to pull these 3,000 untrained agents out of Minnesota before.
Untrained agents. And here's the thing. He has this duplicity of, first, early on, he tries to have the stolen ballot. Oh, I carried weapons of war into war when he was when he was in the National Guard. I guess he ducked out of the deployment, so he doesn't respect them. He later on said, the National Guard is nothing but 19-year-old chefs or cooks or something. He denigrated them then. Then all of a sudden they come in here and he's like, well, I'm going to activate the National Guard because we protect our own, like they're big and bad. And now he's trying to say, National Guard's now good. It's the ICE agents that are untrained. It's like, no, I'm pretty certain they're all well trained. A lot of these ICE agents that have opened fire on these protesters or activists or idiots that decide to attack law enforcement, they've been with ICE for like 4 years. This is nothing new to them. They know what they're doing. It's just they've never seen this level of open aggression towards federal agents because it wasn't their talking point before.
It's like it's trying to dumb down the ICE agents, trying to dumb it down and make them seem like they have no idea of what they're doing. They have no authority in the sense, because you're saying 19-year-old, like what kind of authority does a 19-year-old have? Yeah. That's what he's trying to say. He's trying to dumb it down.
And the sad part is when he's saying he's gonna denigrate the National Guardsmen. Trump at some point in time will likely federalize them. So first he's saying we use our National Guard, they protect us. We'll show some videos of him misusing the National Guard. But as soon as Trump is in charge of him, then he's going to go back to slamming them. It's sad. It's sad.
They kill another person, and we're up here telling another story of a Minnesotan just trying to live their life without...
Just trying to live their life. Because remember, he said, the guy, in Minnesota, you come out of a donut shop and you get shot in the face. Like, he said that, and later on said, guys, don't believe everything. There's multiple camera angles. Let us do an investigation. So he's playing both sides. It's both go to a donut shop and get shot in the face by an ICE agent, and also we don't know enough about the incident to paint any conclusions. So let's wait. And it's like, yeah, he doesn't care. It's all about just slamming the Trump administration. He would love it for no other than 5 activists to get ended by ICE, so he can get on the podium and say, you guys, how much life needs to be lost? How many people do I need to send to their deaths by encouraging this and saying, I'm proud of you, while they go out there and literally destroy Home to Suites Hotel. I don't understand how a hotel in their own community, ICE comes through, they arrest some illegals, they move on. You still need this hotel to serve your community. With a snow shovel. In the weakest swing.
How does this have anything to do with ICE? I don't understand. How does this have anything to do with deportation? You're destroying your own community to prove a point that doesn't make sense.
But it was the same thing they did during the BLM riots. Even BLM admits, there's still police brutality. Too many black lives being lost because of police interactions. So they know they lost on that front. They bought a lot of mansions, and they apparently stole a lot of money. But they destroyed a lot of cities. They actually killed a lot of innocent black men during the BLM riots, including the 2 kids that they popped over at the Chaz over in Seattle, including the one kid that lost his life. And also the various women that reported being assaulted in the Chaz, that those cases went nowhere because the police weren't allowed in there. But they said, we didn't accomplish anything, but it seems like the Democrats were able to fundraise a lot of money. They got a lot of their way politically. So let's go ahead and destroy our cities again, because obviously Tim Walz isn't going to live here. Tim Walz doesn't rely on the Home to Suites Hotel. So let's just be useful idiots and destroy our own community. Again, on behalf of the Democrats, because we don't realize how we're being used.
He needs to do more shoulders.
I don't think this is the most exercise this person's had all year.
Like, you claim to be civilized, and yet you're destroying your community. I think people need to be taught etiquette and how to be like civilized individual. There are other ways you could pass a point, make a point, or if these people are or they claim to protect peacefully, there are other ways you could do that. You don't have to bite the dog or bite someone's hand off. You could make a solid point and you could speak. You don't have to punch with your hands at some point. If you can speak, then speak. Then people will listen to you. This is not going to make anyone listen to you.
The sad part is you can't reason with emotional idiots. This person's swinging this shovel at a sign. The hotel is what's deporting the people, and also the person biting off the fingers of a federal agent doesn't turn around and get a PhD. You're trying to teach calculus to the lowest common denominator. Unfortunately, I think this individual and the people that bit off that ICE agent's fingers, you just throw them in prison for a decade. Hopefully they get rehabilitated. Likely they aren't, because intelligent individuals don't bite the fingers off of federal agents. But we're done trying to reason with insane rioters. Like, even on January 6th, anybody that was there hitting Capitol police officers with a fire extinguisher, decade in prison. Why are you assaulting a federal or a Capitol police officer when Donald Trump himself said, we had our voice be heard, this is becoming a riot, please go home safely and quickly. I forgot what the extent of it, what he said. But we don't want to negotiate with people that can't live in civilization. You send them away. And sad to say, it's like, I'm certain the only thing that speaks to this person would be, go live in Nigeria, go live there for a year. See what it is to have no air conditioning, no electricity, spotty Wi-Fi, like just mosquitoes, and having to work. How many days a week would you say? How many hours and how many days a week would you work in Nigeria?
You probably work 12 hours, 6-7 days a week.
Yeah, 7
to survive. Taking public transport. Nobody has money to drive. You have like a very good public transportation over here. Most people have like multiple cars in their house. You don't have that. You're probably going to walk for like 3 or 4 miles to get to your job, sweating.
Yeah.
Maybe you might want to rethink life if you're in that situation.
And honestly, I think you go to Nigeria, you live that life, you come back here, and you probably shut up and work and just be grateful for everything you have. Like I think when we first we hired you on, there was a lot of culture shock, I think, for you. Because I think it was one of the first things, like I just brought you in like entry-level security guard essentially, and your wages here were like more than you said, like office worker back home.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like the amount of appreciation you have as an immigrant here is insane to see them hitting the little jackpot. I think the probability of you being born today, being born in America, is like 5%. You're more likely to be born in Africa or India. You literally hit the jackpot just being born in America, and you spent that lottery ticket. I'm destroying a hotel sign and biting the fingers of a federal agent. Like, guys, unlimited opportunity, and you decide to become a cannibal.
It's like people. I think the one thing about like immigrants, in a sense, or people that come in legally, is that they see the land of honey. They see the opportunities. They see like gold, in a sense, where most people in America don't see that. They see whatever. They just take advantage of it, or they don't cherish it. Why most legal people that come here cherish that opportunity, because they know how terrible it is back home.
Well, it's like legal immigrants, they see the land of opportunity. The college-educated liberals see this as a land of racism and fascism, and let's make this into utopia, just like all the communist and socialist countries that everybody wants to flee from. It's sad. Okay, you know what? Wholesome Dara says, Decoy, you don't understand. That sign is white and oppressing them. You know what? From that perspective, you know what? If you were just told everything is white and you're like a bull seeing red and you saw this white sign gleaming in your eyes, yeah, I kind of see the logic there, because then they started breaking into. Is this the St. Paul Hotel? This might be a different, but this is them breaking into a building. With one cop security. Why are they always steal? It always becomes looting. Like, it can't just be about, I don't like fascism. I don't like fascism. I don't like this leadership. You want to get a TV? Go get some TV.
It's 62-inch TV right now.
Yeah, we gotta get some free stuff. And here they are vandalizing a building, saying ICE out, because whatever building this could be a bank, this could be I don't even know, this is like a clothing store, like a fragrance store.
Tell me that guy is not mentally ill. Are you gonna tell me that guy is a well-educated, thinking human being?
Well, it's like, look at this. It's a hotel. So imagine being an ICE agent staying at this hotel. Oh, this is the Hotel at Hilton, after they tried to smash unsuccessfully that sign. And imagine the ICE agents are up there. Like, I guess there's a guy just running on the treadmill, seeing that, and he was like, wait, that guy's smashing the garbage can. Are we the bad guys? Wait, the way he was like slamming it was like poetry. Oh my God, are we deporting? oh my God.
It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it's the hotel. Oh my God.
I think you think the reason why they're doing this, not necessarily just to prove a point, but they're trying to hurt like the man. They're trying to hurt the man and the business, I guess.
Yeah, the business of the hotel, because the hotel, even if ICE comes by one time and stays there at night, or Enterprise, they rent some cars out to them. Them destroying the Enterprise vehicles, flattening the tires, or destroying the Enterprise building itself, it still serves the community. If they want to protest ICE agents, maybe they need to run for local election. They need to start changing the hearts and minds of regular people into not liking them. Destroying the local Enterprise and hotel that I rely on because I live there. I'm just saying, if I did, doesn't make me change my mind. Oh yeah, we put our mind across, because again, I guess Border Patrol and federal agents try to go over there and rescue it, and I can't play all of this. Because at some point in time, they bust open this guy. I think I can't even play this, because if you see it, this ICE agent's hand, actually, he first gets hit by a super heavy object in the head. Someone throws something at him. And then later on, his hand gets busted. and it's bleeding, and he's just sitting there trying to defend their community's hotel. Now, someone says, "Where's the local police department?" Well, here's a local police department. Apparently, in St. Paul, Minnesota, the police saw the rioters and they drove over.
They drove off.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I remember a long time ago, like, I had something like this where, you know him, officer, you're a very respected officer. Like, I was working a security job at like a store. Some guy was running off with a whole bunch of our shit, and I was chasing him, and I saw Officer D, guy we know we love, right? I was like, "Hey, officer, he has my shit. He's running away." And he's like, "What is it?" And I was like, "It's this." And I was like, "It wasn't that valuable." And I'm like, "You're here. I got lucky. You're gonna help me catch this guy." And he was like, "Nah, it's this LA." He's like, "What am I gonna do? Chase this guy? He's gonna trip and break his wrist, and then I go to jail? Nah, just let him go." And I'm like,
Doesn't
"God,
want to deal with it.
singular officers, no." This is like that scene from you ever see The Town?
No.
The Town with Ben Affleck, where the officer sees the bank robbers with their rifles putting on masks, and he's like, and he just drives away.
Around, doesn't want to deal with it.
He's like, yeah, he doesn't want to deal with this because let's say he goes over there to fight these people, he's probably gonna get hurt like this one singular officer. It's not worth it. Minneapolis police are garbage. Yeah. Oh no, we're gonna cover that National Guard thing. But yeah, they have made an entire autonomous zone. This is Cam Higby. He's good. He's a good account to follow. But they've learned nothing. They've learned nothing, and apparently they also have Minneapolis police defending the autonomous zone because
is that a barricade?
Barricades, yeah, garbage can barricades.
Oh.
But like I said before, the Chaz, the Capitol Hill Autonomous Zone or Capitol Hill Occupied Protest. Did you know about that over in Seattle during the BLM riots?
Yes.
They made that zone. All the girls that were staying there, like they made gardens and stuff. The girls that stayed there said they were being assaulted by the men. There was that warlord that came who was a rapper, started handing out ARs to random people. Super illegal. And then when they had the security there outside the zone, two black teenagers, either they're unlicensed or they stole a car, something where they were running from police because they didn't want to be arrested for that in the vehicle. They start driving towards the lawless occupied protest zone, and then the security there sees them and just lights it up. Two kids, they're both teenagers. One of them dies, and the other one, I think, was just horrendously injured. The fact that they knew when you make an autonomous zone, girls get R'd and kids get ended. But you know what? Somebody else got killed fighting law enforcement. So let's try that again. Let's see how many more people we can get R'd and kids can get ended after that one person died, because apparently that's what works. But again, these aren't smart people. They're saying they're fighting fascism, and here they are chasing. I believe this is a journalist. Who is this? This is it's Kamel, but I think is this person? Or I thought it was that girl I follow. She's a journalist. I thought she's out there. They put her on like the ICE list, and they say, "Oh, you're a journalist, or you're with ICE," when they're not. But look at this. This is crazy. So you're just driving around Minneapolis, and the mob will come after you. They think they're attacking ICE, I think.
So wait, who's recording? Just a regular person?
This is a regular person.
Aren't ICE.
Not ICE.
We're not ICE.
And they're mad that ICE is saying, we need your identification because we're looking for a specific criminal. A legal immigrant that has deportation orders, that also has been charged or convicted of some crime.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean,
But-
that's fair.
But they aren't doing that. They're like, look, you don't have a warrant, so I'm not going to have a warrant to accuse you of this.
We're not ICE.
We're not ICE.
You're so blinded
we're
by
not
your
ICE.
own story.
Yeah. They have their little Nazi
Yeah, they've
sign.
been following us for over an hour.
An hour.
We're not ICE.
Organizing for committees.
We're
Stop
just letting them know,
disappearing people.
and they
Not in a nice vehicle, right?
right.
Hey, get in your truck and get the fuck out. Why? Because you need to go. Confirmed ICE. Get the fuck out.
What? Who is this guy, and why is he so angry?
And that's all they have to do is like, they don't need to have a warrant. They can just say, you know what? Tried and convicted. You are ICE. Get out of my community.
And this is the problem. If there happens to be an ICE agent over there, and he's just like aggressively walking towards them, I mean, that's a problem.
Yeah, Salem witch trials right now. Same thing. You're one of the enemy. And the sad part is, if they ran up to him and he was brown and like, we need to save you. It's like, yeah, I'm a convicted S offender, but I'm illegal. They're trying to deport me. He'd probably be representing him. But if he was a brown person who was an ICE agent, get out of my community.
Confirmed ICE through who? We're American citizens. We're not ICE.
These are the people that you're abducting. Get out. Please go.
We said we're American citizens. We're driving to work. You're abducting people. Disappear. Like they just. It's like they're just magic. Magic.
Because they've been following us for over an hour.
Why are you guys here? What are you here doing? Why are you guys here? Where do you live?
Where do you live?
Yeah, exactly. They're trying to ID them. Like this is exact same thing you would think some far right Christian white nationalists would be like. What are you doing in my community? You filthy pig! What, show me your ID to let me know you're an American. They're doing the same thing, but to just white people because they think I don't want to be racist. I can't be racist towards brown and yellow people, but I can be racist to white people, and it makes me the good guy. I can post it on social media and get all the likes from the Chinese bots and the TikTok algorithm because, yeah.
Public property.
Wait, did he just try to snap in snow gloves? Did he? Did he do like the snap thing? Let's see.
ICE through who? We're American citizens.
Wait.
Because you need to go. Confirmed ICE.
Let's see.
Confirmed ICE through who? We're American citizens. We're not ICE.
These are the people that you're abducting. Get out.
Because they've been following us for over an hour.
He's being all sad.
It felt like he just aggressively walked towards like a direction, doesn't know where he's going. I just stopped and just snapped it.
That's the thing. Is like same thing with Gavin Newsom. They all think I'm going to fight this evil dictatorship, fascism. He's militarizing his secret police. We're not going to beat him with a tank. We're not going to beat him with an F-16. We're going to beat him with sassy tweets. We're going to beat him with sassy little snaps because if this ICE agent's disappearing people to Alligator Alcatraz, you being sassy is going to make them be like, man, that I saw that guy slamming the trash can. That snow shovel kind of shook me up, but that snap...
I'm scared now.
We gotta go home, guys.
Gotta go.
Yeah. Guess we're not Nazis anymore.
Where are you guys here? What are you here doing? Where do you live? Where are you from?
Where you from? That's the same thing they said the conservatives would be asking. Where you from? He said, 4 organizing committees in every neighborhood. We keep us safe. We can kick out ICE. And here's the one thing is I always see these people very harmless. I think if the cartels wanted to abduct their children and make them into S-slaves, they don't seem to be the type to be able to fight them off. They all want ICE to be gone. They all agree S-predators exist, but they have no alternative to ICE. Get ICE out of here. Okay, then who keeps your most vulnerable safe? They have no solution for that.
Public property. What are you talking about? Did you come in that car right there?
Yeah, this truck. And they're saying we're popping up in an ICE database.
Because the truck, they just see masculinity. Oh my God.
Well, then you're in it. We're not ICE.
What's the database?
Get the fuck out of here, then.
Get out of here. I live here.
No ICE. Nothing on me. Prove it. We're not ICE.
I have no weapons. Let me see your IDs of where you live.
They want to be... No ICE. I'm ICE.
No, they've been following us. That's why we got out and confronted them.
Great.
You think that's okay?
Yeah. You're not welcome.
He said yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm curious
You mess with our
about...
neighborhood? Yes. 100%. Yeah.
I'm curious, I guess, how you get into an ICE database.
We're not ICE. Okay, thank you. So you're messing it up.
You're blowing the whistle. Yeah. Guys, the whistle will stop it. We demand your papers. That's exactly what it is. That's where we are right now. And the sad part is, it's not just shouting at regular people. I cannot show this video. Maybe I have to play it off screen, but maybe just the person shrieking and screaming is enough to, like, you can't see it. But a Minneapolis rioter, they threw a flashbang. So all it does is make a loud sound in, like, big bright flash of light. It's not like an explosive, but it has a concussion to it. And also heat. This, I can't even play a bit of it. You can see, obviously, what it is. But this lady, they threw a flashbang at her. She tried to pick it up and throw it back. It blew up in her hand, and she's screaming, "Oh my God, I lost my hand!" Everybody's like, "Oh my God, my medic!" You can't play it. It's like she literally blew up her hand to fight ICE.
I don't know what gave her the idea of maybe she's seen too much movies or something, or someone picking a grenade and throwing it back, so that gave her the idea. Oh, I could do the same thing too. Because
Governor Tim Walz said, "Hey, Renee Good died for nothing. Freddie died for nothing. That lady that said they tear gassed my baby and had to go to the hospital. Well, I was just leaving a soccer game and we got lost. It's like, no, she was out there protesting for, I believe it was like 45 minutes. And then unfortunately the kid got tear gassed, but it's like, cause she was being an activist and leaving her kid unattended. But the idea of all these people lost something, they're getting injured. And then Tim Walz says, I'm proud of Minneapolis for fighting against fascism. So she goes out there, probably loses her fingers, and they trying to do a COD move. There's no respawn in life. If you commit a federal crime, you're losing decades of your life. Your life is ruined. If you're in your 20s, imagine being 25 and saying you're getting sentenced 10 years. That's all your good productive year. Like coming out of 35 is like effectively the life you were meant to live is past you.
Yeah.
And this was because that's the best case scenario, just going to jail. Worst case, losing your hand and then not having the life you wanted. Like, because Tim Walz, I think, is afraid of being sent into jail forever and is just doing this. But the saddest part about this is, okay, we saw lawlessness, people getting their hands blown off, ICE agents getting their fingers eaten off. So they sent out National Guard, right? Looks like they're backing up the sheriffs. Yeah, finally, okay, there's a lot of people, right?
Disobey illegal orders. It is your duty to disobey illegal orders.
Because this, you don't want to make fun of somebody's swan tier BMI. Actually, don't mean to be mean. You don't want to make fun of somebody's BMI. But I don't think that a National Guardsman needs to take the orders from somebody that could not do PT. I'm just saying. Disobey orders, I think that is a crime.
Orders. It is your duty to disobey illegal orders.
You know she has no power. She's just free speech. She can say what she wants, right?
Yeah, she can say what she wants, but this isn't doing anything other than coddling her ego. This is how I know, not being mean, this is how I know they don't actually believe we live under a fascist dictatorship. Your most disabled would not be on the front line putting themselves there. Because I'm telling you right now, in Iran, how many have they ended on those activists? 60,000? They would be just mowing them down if this really was a fascist dictatorship or under tyranny. They wouldn't have internet for 20 days like they do over there. They are not actually concerned with it. They are LARPing, they're playing, they're having funsies. But the sad part is, they brought in the National Guard, right? What do you think the National Guard would do? Would they be stopping riots? Would they be like making sure, hey, guys, stop doing this?
Yeah.
Or
I think they wouldn't attempt to stop or arrest someone if there's no sense of danger.
Yeah, but I mean, I feel like they'd be restoring order. You don't bring in the military unless you have riots.
Yeah.
But are they stopping the rioters or are they bringing them comfort? From Anthony Cabasa. He's great. Follow him.
Yeah, that's donuts.
Donuts.
It's almost Valentine's Day.
Krispy Kreme. Is that Krispy Kreme? Man, I'm hungry.
But thank you.
Isn't it sad? Oh yeah, Dunkin' Donuts. Isn't it sad that we're hungry, but it's like, you know what? Should we go grab a snack? Hey, should we go down to the riot? Because then we can go pick up some donuts for free. Like, that is literally your option over there.
Cup of coffee, sir?
This looks very peaceful.
Yeah. Because Tim Walz wants a happy face on it. I'm proud of you guys. You guys are out there destroying, rioting. Make sure you guys are well fueled for the riots. And the saddest part about this is you have the police chief, who I think is just he's an idiot. I think he's going to be fired in the near future when his police have to try to quell the riots. But they say they're rioting over Preddy losing his life. I think they know when the investigation's said and done, it's going to be his fault that he lost his life. So the police chief comes out there. Remember, the police chiefs they're not like the sheriffs. The sheriffs are voted in by the people. Police chiefs are appointed by the mayor. The very liberal mayor's number one guy in PD is saying the facts don't matter anymore.
What you have seen in the public space and heard from federal officials, is there any evidence that you know of that Preddy was assaulting the federal officers as the Border Patrol chief claims?
Yeah, it's not even that the Border Patrol chief claims. We saw it on video. I can't show it because it's a guy getting killed, but we saw it.
Yeah, she's trying to reframe it. She's trying to reframe what happened.
Yeah, this is a CBS saying, hey, in the worst case scenario that he's the reason that caused his own demise, Is this a problem for you, the police chief?
Well, I've seen the videos just as thousands of people around the country have, and the videos speak for themselves. I think it's deeply concerning, the things that are being said. This is an individual that was a city resident. It appears that he was present, exercising his First Amendment right.
He's taking him for, oh my God, okay.
Rights to record law enforcement activity.
But the recording of law enforcement activity isn't what made the law enforcement officers make contact with him. It was him physically getting in the fight. But here he is conveniently omitting the most important part of that police interaction.
And also exercising his Second Amendment rights to lawfully be armed.
He was not carrying his ID. He wasn't. I don't believe in Minnesota. You can bring your concealed carry to a protest. I believe that's the rule. I know it's in California.
In a public space in the city. So I think very obviously there are serious questions that are being raised. And I think the greater issue is, even if there is an investigation that ultimately proves that at the time of the shooting it was legally justified.
For him to even bring that up, he knows it was legally justified. This hyper left police chief wouldn't even bring up this concept if he thought it wasn't the thing.
I don't think that even matters at this point, because there is so much outrage and concern around what is happening in the city.
What do you mean it doesn't matter at this point? You mean the situation on the ground?
Facts don't matter.
Already, the impression is left.
People have had enough. This is the third shooting now in less than...
This is the same thing I heard during the BLM riots. I talked to a close friend of mine. I'm like, hey, look, yeah, you're an activist. You're on BLM's side, but why destroy your own cities? And he says, this is a pressure valve. People have had enough. So much police brutality. They just have to do something. And I'm like, wow, you guys really think your side is subhuman? You don't have the prefrontal cortex to process truth, reality. Sometimes people lose their life. It's their fault. That's what happens when you have law and order. But they're saying, nope, facts don't matter. People are going to die.
It's like feels before reals, huh?
Yep.
In 3 weeks, the Minneapolis Police Department went the entire year last year recovering about 900 guns from the street, arresting hundreds and hundreds of violent offenders, and we didn't shoot anyone. And now this is the second American citizen that's been killed. It's the third.
You guys didn't shoot anybody because you guys haven't enforced a law in a very long time.
Shooting within 3 weeks. People have been speaking out, saying that this was going to happen again. And I think everyone is kind of waiting for folks on both sides to come together and just figure this thing out. This is not sustainable. This police department has only 600 police officers. We are stretched incredibly thin. This is taking an enormous toll trying to manage all of this chaos on top of having to be the police department for a major city.
And the sad part is, if they just locked up the criminals, the guys smashing the hotels, people biting off fingers, they put them in jail for 10 years. You wouldn't have to worry about them for 10 years. But if you don't jail them, or even your cop car sees it happening, like, oh, fuck, nope, you just drive away.
I mean, they're pretty much ignoring the crime going on, because that's a crime. Vandalism is a crime. Why are you ignoring that?
Because the governor and the mayor want this crime to occur because it covers for their crimes. It pushes the Trump administration out. So he's like, look, you guys have to stop enforcing the law. If we stop arresting people, then there's no crime.
It's too much.
It seems like he's just done with it.
He's stressed out because I know he find it done. But the sad part is, you have this guy saying, never forget this photo. This is allegedly the photo of when they ended the life of Preddy, right? But they're like, wait, there's like an AR growing out of this officer's foot. This cop doesn't have a head. Everything doesn't look right. This is an AI generated image. This has 9 million views, 135,000 likes, 36,000 retweets. It's an AI generated image to make you think it's so bad, guys. It's like, honestly, I'm telling you right now, if ICE is marching out headless officers with feet made of AR stocks, we might live in a fascist dictatorship. But no, it shouldn't be a laughing matter. It shouldn't be an AI matter. You should not have to use an AI generated image of a guy that lost his life to prove your point. But that's not where it stops. They have like this thing saying, oh, it's like 1984. This is the image they drew him They drew him protecting this woman. I think when he got maced, he like jumps on the girl. I think he thought it was the ICE agent. I honestly think he was gonna pop the girl thinking it was an ICE agent. Oh, thank you for the 15 bits. But they had to draw an image to represent him defending the girl. Just kind of like George Floyd, where they're like, here's him as an astronaut. Here's him as a doctor. You couldn't find an image of him doing regular shit because his criminal history, but the idea that the best way they can get you to this, the idea that they had to draw a fake depiction of what happened because the video is damning, shows how desperate their case is. Because also you have this over here. This is part of the thing, and they said, Alex Preddy, this is Arizona Libertarian Party. They're not libertarians, they're idiots. Defending an innocent woman from the state. So like just like this image, oh, he was defending an innocent woman. He's a hero worthy of great honor. He didn't pull out his firearm, but he would be completely justified in doing so. So they have this image here of Minneapolis Ice Watch saying, each D arrest is a shaken off, which to say is a micro intifada, which can spread and inspire others until we may finally shake off this noxious ruling order altogether. So they really think these fully kitted out with all the Modern Warfare DLC, if you shrug them off, you're going to fight them. I'm sure, you don't want to sit here and body shame them, but I'm sure all these individuals seen in this crowd have the ability to shake off National Guardsmen because they saw these images. Oh my God, this illustration of what happened makes me sad. This image, inspires others to do it. So they legitimately get together and think, guys, this is how we're going to fight ICE. Like God damn it. God.
Lift it up. And stomp down.
Oh my goodness.
Perfect. Yeah, I love hearing the big noise. It means you're doing it well.
Out of touch with reality.
I love hearing the big noise. It makes us know we're actually doing it. It's like they literally think if you make this big stamping noise, ICE is not. Oh, they're not going to turn their ARs on you when you actually come to the protest carrying and fighting ICE agents. They literally are telling each other, still wearing N95 masks indoors, that this is how we fight ICE. They live on a different planet.
And we'll try that one more time.
She's every girl we've ever met in HR. She's just an HR representative. She was making a poster board yesterday, and now she's trying to tell you how to fight ICE. Oh, thanks, I don't know. F2 for the Prime sub.
Oh, lift it up and stomp down.
Oh my goodness.
Perfect. Okay.
This.
Elbow two.
I think this is just fun to them. They're just laughing. It's fun. It's fun. It's games. Like play stupid games, win like stupid prize, right? I'm sorry. This is just all fun and jokes to them. To like they actually find out. Yeah, this is not how it works. This is not how reality is.
Well, the sad part is though, they're so caught up in the narrative that they're still wearing the masks indoors today. But the sad part is these are the emotional idiots that see this hand-drawn image, or probably AI-drawn image. Like, we saw this, it made us mad because he's there. We were inspired to fight back, so we took this class because we're going to fight ICE. They think it's fun and games. They're useful idiots. They're going to get themselves ended. They will be the next Renee Good because they'll floor it on the gas because they're not used to high-stress scenarios. This is going to be paired with tragedy. I am absolutely certain that me or you could be in the liberal arts class with them, or we could be at a job and they could just be incidentally there, or we could be, I don't know, I feel like we could be friends with any of them in a capacity beyond politics. They'd be there and we'd be like, oh, hey, what's up? Oh yeah, did you see Survivor? Or not Survivor, did you see Walking Dead? Or oh, you watched the dating show? That's cool. Oh my God, you see the new Marvel movie? Like, we could have conversations with them. They're regular, normal people, but they get turned into extremists from weird-ass online posts on the internet, and they become empowered by what looks like an ex-yoga teacher saying, you stamp your feet and you defeat fascism, and that's how you win. And it's like, no, I fear for the lives of all these girls, not only because they want to kick out ICE, but also this false sense of empowerment of what's really the biggest danger to us is white ICE agents, or actually ICE agents that look like me and you. What we don't have to worry about is illegals convicted of S crimes in their home country that are now lurking in their own communities. Because I'm telling you right now, I don't think they could fight ICE agents, but I also don't think they could fight off an S offender trying to do horrendous things to them.
Oh,
this is not helping them, but they've been programmed to not worry about predators, but law enforcement.
Right, just go. I mean, it's better if they want to learn something. They might as well just go learn a self-defense class against predators, or mentally heal people or robbers, something like that, rather than just doing this. Try to scale up ICE agents.
Yeah. Well, Harley says you're wrong. They're insufferable outside of politics too. Sad to say, you saw Walking Dead, right?
Yeah.
And Walking Dead said the zombies. Remember the first black guy? That he was like, one zombie is not hard to take on. You can take on one zombie and that's fine. But when they get all in a giant crowd and all worked up, they'll overwhelm you. And that's what I think. What it is like. If you had them all in a room and one says, "I'm empowered to think you're misogyny, blah, blah," they can all get together and overwhelm you and you're not going to get a word in because they feel too empowered. But in a one-on-one conversation, group project, you're at school or you're at work and you're like, oh, we got to complete this task together. If you can have a one-on-one conversation with someone that's just a Democrat by default, brainwashed by all the social media algorithms, and oftentimes what happens is it's something like illegal immigrants don't get health care. And I'm like, okay, they do, but if that's where your argument is contingent on, they don't get illegal healthcare. If I show you an example of them getting healthcare, will that change your mind, or will that just make you move the goalpost? And if you phrase it like that, then they say, okay, I changed my mind. If I always been told a lie, you show them the lie, and it makes them have a paradigm shift. You meet them on a very, very level playing field, not accusatory, not trying to make them look stupid, but just with open palms like you would your own sister, your own mother. Hey, you're wrong, That's what I feel like most of these people are. They're not evil fascists or they're evil socialists or communists. I think they're just victims of a society that is out there to program you to think a certain way, be a certain way, because they have to have you completely brainwashed to be able to operate their level of depravity in politics. Yeah, they're just giggling.
They're giggling with their life at this point.
Yeah.
Show you the motion of what it should be. And essentially, you're going to bring your back leg up. Require a little bit of balance at this part. And you'll see that my leg forms kind of like a 90 degrees here, right? Looks like a square almost.
It doesn't.
And you bring that up.
I've never been in a physical fight with somebody on the street and been like, oh shit, does she have flying crane 90 degrees? Yo!
There's been a physical fight and just tell the person you're trying to fight, wait, let me get my stance ready.
But it's like, me and you were like fully kitted out National Guardsmen with like, flashbangs or
AKs?
No, yeah, not AK. What National Guard country are we serving in? What is it? We got all our weapons on us, and we see this. We're like, oh no, we dropped. This is like Marvel movie level of like inept men seeing the Black Widow. I'm like, oh, drop our weapons, please don't hurt us with your 90-degree angle Cobra Kai Karate Kid moves.
And then stomp
That's
down.
probably what she learned
So
from
pretend like
Karate Kid. What is this? What is this? Like, I feel like America is so safe to the point where you trying to teach people how to defend themselves or attack ICE looks like this.
Yes.
In a AC environment with donuts and coffee, and you're trying to teach self-defense. You're safe. Yeah. This is it. You're safe.
Well, well, what the one guy said, he was like, people forget peace and safety is the most unnatural thing in nature, in the world. We're always being hunted or hunting something. Peace and safety is not real. It's given to you by essentially conservative values of law and order. If you take away that law and order, conservative values where a dangerous predator thinks they won't go to prison forever or be ended by the justice system for harming this person, they're going to do it because they're sick in the head, they're predators. But she's been so protected under the guise of law and order for so long, she's like, you know what? We can defeat the enemy with 90-degree knees.
you're stomping down, and your whole body is kind of going to go forward. So you can feel, right, when you stomp down.
Okay, enough of this. Enough of this. This is what it is. The DRS primer, this is what they're doing. They're going to have more of them being harmed. And the thing is, the reason they're out there is they're listening to this and they realize the facts don't matter. Use AI images to depict how he lost his life. Draw hand-draw images. Say you can fight back. Take this bizarre course from what looks to be like an HR yoga instructor because the facts don't matter. Your leaders say, get out there in the streets, harm yourself because it's literally 1940s Germany.
We have got children in Minnesota hiding in their houses, afraid to go outside.
Just completely made that up.
Many of us grew up reading that story of Anne Frank.
It's so insulting to actual victims.
He just pulled that one from his pocket, huh?
Well, it's all about making you think, we are living under fascism. It is racism. It is white nationalism. They are Nazis. There's children afraid to leave their houses. It's like he made it up. So you react to it as if, what would I do in 1940s Germany? I would be fighting against them, not knowing that it's completely disrespectful to people that actually lived under that.
Somebody's going to write that children's story about Minnesota.
It's going to be you.
And there's one person who can end this now.
You.
We have got children.
He's trying to trigger people's emotions.
Yeah.
There was what you just said right now. There was no point behind but just triggering an emotion so people can just. I am so mad right now. I'm gonna go outside and protest because kids want to be out. The kids are out. What makes you think kids are not out?
Yeah. Well, it's that he knows that the only thing that gets them out there is emotions. Falsely framing what happened. These are innocent victims. The 5-year-old kid that was arrested by ICE, not the 5-year-old kid that was abandoned by their father evading law enforcement. It is very clear that they know the only tool they have right now is falsely framing what's happening in the world and getting emotional idiots to fight ICE and unfortunately lose their life. Like, again, like I said, all those women in that room, I think we probably could get along with them in the right context. I think pretty good. They probably, not now because they became activists enough to try to like end the lives of law enforcement, but I would say, like back in LA, we'd see junkies. They'd be using, they'd be aggressive, they try to fight us like they have diseases. It's bad, right? I always thought, but when I see those junkies and they're my enemy right now, they're literally trying to kill me. Like they bring out knives and try to stab us. If me and that guy knew each other in high school, he was probably like a pot smoker, just a regular guy. We probably could have played video games together. I see them at some point in time, we probably could have been buddies. All those girls at that thing, we probably could find some level. Renee, Pretty, I think it's we were just high school classmates. I wouldn't just by default hate them at all. It's because of the programming from the left, from celebrities, from movies, from all those people out there just trying to get you to think you're living under fascism, so they're bad. I think that's the reason we're at ends with each other. Not because we actually hate them, but because they're trying to divide us, sad to say. Yeah, divide and conquer. Yeah, Darwin is thinning out the herd, and it's sad because it's like, I don't want to like look down on him, but when I see that girl picking up the flashbang and trying to throw it back and blowing up her hand,
man.
I don't think you need to be out there in the streets. I think you need to be with a handler. I think you need to have a special class where they give you a helmet and they walk you around the mall and they entertain you for a bit because you are not adult enough to protect yourself. I don't want to be mean about it, but the sad thing is, left to your own devices, you blew your hand up so you can protect Somalian fraudsters. That's just the reality of it.
I'm just trying to imagine that just, terrible.
Yeah, it's sad. I think you talked on the mic a little bit. But yeah. The problem is, since COVID, I no longer have time for fools. I can no longer get along and tolerate that sort of behavior. I just stay clear now, and I can know this can make it worse. Yeah, it's like we try to separate and divide as much as possible, but to me at least, I think I still think we can mend the bridges. That's why I feel like my channel was important, like Decoy Voice in the beginning, because in the beginning, when I started the channel, it was right around when Ruth Bader Ginsburg passed away. You know who she is? The Supreme Court Justice.
Yeah.
She loses her life, and then AOC, the village idiot, says, you need to respect a dying woman's wish by giving her most fervent wish that nobody heard this actually being said, but her most fervent wish is Donald Trump would wait so Biden can appoint her replacement. Done. But the idea was, a lot of people were already getting tired of the left-wing narrative, like, oh, the Democrats have lost it. We don't like what they have to say anymore. So they would go on Reddit and they banned r/the Donald Trump Reddit. So they don't know what the right wing is saying. So when you went to the new Donald website, all there was like memes about the death of Ruth Bader Ginsburg. People being horrendous, people being racist, all this mean stuff about the Democrats. So you can't get a disaffected liberal to come to the right if you guys are being rancid about stuff. So I felt like if I can be a regular guy and treat everybody being mean to me on the internet the same way I would the naive Democrats by default liberals in LA, maybe we can actually get some headway with stuff. But I don't know, man. Your pit bull was watching Decoy? I don't like pit bulls, guys. Yeah. Jesus Christ. Yeah, or the thing is, like, so you say Ruth Bader Ginsburg had an IQ over 100. Democrats replaced her with a woman that doesn't even know what the word woman is and has a sub 80 IQ. I don't think she's sub 80 IQ. I do think that she's an idiot. But the idea that the Democrats love to try to idolize the idea of someone that checks off the boxes. Supreme Court Justice, woman. George Floyd, black male, killed by police. So they'll make up the information about her. Ruth Bader Ginsburg, do you know about her connection with Planned Parenthood?
No.
I won't go too into detail about it, but it's just something to the effect of Planned Parenthood and making it woman's choice was predominantly in the beginning about thinning the herd of undesirables, meaning people of color. Because you know that, what is it? I think Kanye said something about 50% of their kids are ended by choice. So they want to put Ruth Bader Ginsburg on this podium of saying, yes, she's such a stalwart steward for women's rights, but it was like, no, I think she was a racist. Like, just like Joe Biden is definitely a racist for the things he said. Hillary Clinton have said things, you know, Joe Biden saying, I don't want my kids to be raised in a racial jungle, so don't put my kids in. Yeah, you don't know about that. That's the craziest thing. Joe Biden said when he was a senator, don't integrate the schools because I don't want my kids to be in a racial jungle. And also saying, well, more recently, the poor kids are just as smart as the white kids.
Oh.
And also saying, what was the worst one? I lost it right now. Chat's gonna tell me. Not the corn pop one. The Super Predators quote. But yeah. Calling all your people essentially super predators.
And this was not
Biden.
This was Biden.
This is Biden when he was a senator. Yeah, Obama was like, Trump's deportation policy is like Obama's deportation policy, the light version of it. And yeah, it's bad. Yeah, super predators, super legal sad. You want to sit with this next one or you want to stand still?
I could sit.
Yeah,
I could sit. I guess you have to adjust the mic.
Yeah, just wait till it comes down and then you can adjust your chair and then adjust the mic to be according to where you want to be. Let's move your chair that way a little bit though, so you're more in frame. Yeah, that is.
This is way.
Yeah. Was that Margaret Sanger? Probably that. Yeah, exactly. Or Biden saying, you either vote for me or you ain't black. I mean, it was like that, yeah. But the saddest part about this, I think would be insulting to me at least, I don't know, you tell me, is the fact that for the pretty guy over in Times Square, they put his face on Times Square saying he's a healthcare hero, he's targeted state violence, and they put him on screen so everybody's seeing him. They're playing I think it's Eric Clapton. Yeah, Alex Preddy, a nurse. They put his face up there, right?
Mm-hmm.
The problem is that's not him.
That's not him.
They're using a Photoshop version of this guy to make him look more handsome. Like, you see this, his nose is a little bit large. He's more oblong with his face shape. I think they filled in his hair a bit. They made him more of a Chad with a good jawline. And also they made his neck thicker. So he's buffer. He's noticeably buffer and more tan here. They made him better looking because you can tell this is the AI version. Oh, thank you, Stewie with the prime sub. because you see it with his smile. The way how big his smile is, that's the AI one.
So they're trying to paint a different image of like, oh, look at this. It's this good-looking, civilized young man.
The thing is, like, I don't think he was like a bad-looking dude before. But the sad thing is, they don't think their crowd would support him enough as much if he wasn't like this Chad. And I'm like, I feel like this is super insulting. Like, you see this over at, what is this? The New York Sirens and Minnesota Frost game. I don't even, is that a college team? But whatever. Here, you have this.
Alex President.
Go home ice. They can't even give him a moment of silence. Oh, thank you for the K for subscribing. But they use this again. Look at the smile. I think they're using the AI image. That's the one that caught the most fire. And it's like the side that wants to be about body positivity and justice or whatever, they only want to support you if you're like Hollywood. This is it's bad enough they're using like the animation, like the it's professional women's hockey.
It's like they're pretty much catfishing the everyone.
And it's kind of sad because I feel like it says more about them than anything, where it's like they will only support somebody if they're conventionally attractive, even if he is just like a regular looking dude. This one is like AI touched up, like the glare is going. Like they're trying
to gain more sympathy from people. But why? Why would you tint his image if you're trying to portray him as this, this amazing guy?
Well, it's like, what is it? They say, oh yeah, they made this guy's face TV friendly. Catfishing, emotional blackmail. That's probably what it is. It's emotional blackmail. Like, they got the best of us, the most peaceful of us. Like, they could have used the image of him fighting law enforcement. They could have used the image of him, what looks like to be the magazine in his hand that he's reaching in his waistband. They could have used all that. But no, they use that other photo of him where he's it's the animation of him being arrested. They use the AI version of him being like with the gun to his head. Like, that's what they did. Got to appeal to white liberal woman, and that's kind of sad that that's like the only move they have at this point in time. They darkened his skin so he looks more ethnic. I feel like if that's the case, he's a very white looking dude here. He still looks like a white guy, but I mean, it kind of seems like that would be the case where they're like, oh yeah, let's make him not white so more people can get on his side.
Wow, such a huge difference.
Yeah. People saying they made him look more, made him look less like a certain ethnicity. I hope it's not that, but I kind of believe it. Like that certain religion that the left can't seem to rally behind.
There's something about the original image where they felt like they had to change. They had to change something.
Yeah. Well, it's like, I think they said, was it Renee Good or was it the other one? They said, so if you're in that certain religion that everybody seems so against right now on the Democrats, if your mother is that religion, by default, you're that religion too. So you may not be practicing, but if my mom is that makes me that too by default. That's what people say. Renee, I think it was her. Someone saying through their mother's side, through their lineage, they are as well. So it's like, they know the left won't like that. I don't care if the victim is this religion, that religion, whatever. If they're an innocent person, we should be on their side. But the idea that they keep on trying to have to avoid a certain religion where they can't be on their side makes you know it's that bad.
So it's like juiced.
And that's the thing, is like, you want to say, because it's easy. It's like, it's not easy because it's like just a regular word. But if you say that word, it auto filters you out on certain discoverability. So it's not that I dislike these people at all. It's just because they filter all that stuff out. But the wild thing right now is you're seeing it's not just Minneapolis. Minneapolis is bad, but now we're seeing massive protests all the way over in, what is this? They say Minneapolis? No, this is Portland. This is in Portland, Oregon again, outside that federal building. The far-left activists have tried to take over and over. They've never done it, but again, here they are being idiots. Again, I'm seeing these people waving it off with their fans, like, oh, we're stopping fascism with our crime-fighting fans. They sound so ugly. Yeah, it's bad. I like that. They're all holding iPhones made by slave labor, but they don't care. I know that my Apple devices aren't made the most ethically, but I'm also not trying to say, oh my God, destroy capitalism. I would love not having a job too. What are you accomplishing? Nothing. For a group that apparently owns their streets, they sure do lose a lot. And they're just playing with it. They're just hitting them with pepper balls. They're not using live rounds. They're just playing games with them. They're letting them log. I'm not saying they should use live rounds, but it just shows everybody on both sides, no, this isn't a real struggle. This guy's dancing. He's just getting a social media moment.
Yeah, everyone has their phone in their hands.
Yeah. When you see more press than you do activists, you know this is just for social media, essentially. Yeah, look at this.
Now they're getting aggressive with bulls.
Yeah, selfie sticks. We just got pushed back. And that's how that girl just lost a hand. Well, thank you for the gifted subs.
God.
They have no sense of what danger is. Insurrection Act, bringing the military, stop this yesterday. We can't have a society like this. Yeah, stop wasting my taxes on this nonsense, arrest them. Yeah, this should be done.
You know the crazy thing is, once all this ends, everybody goes on to their nice house, fresh cooked meal, on their nice bed.
Well, the sad thing is, I think once they move on to the next thing, it was the border. Before that, it was Palestine. Before that, it was Ukraine. Before that, it was Donald Trump. Before that, it was BLM. Like, they'll just move on to the next thing, not accomplishing it because, what is this? In LA. Skull to ice. Waving the Mexican flag. But also, that's just music. But also, waving the Palestine flag. This is just.
I am next.
Am I next?
Am I next?
But just the idea that it's like I think that you just have all the movements. You don't really have something to stand on. What do you care about? Do you care about the very strong borders that Palestine wants? You care about the very strong borders and deportation efforts that Mexico has? Or do you care about having open borders because stolen land or whatever? Like, they keep on thinking, what's the next thing? How can I be on the right side of history? Because when giving even the smallest amount of logic, they melt down. Because, like I said, they all admit there's S-offenders. There's people that are women. There are dangerous individuals there to kidnap and traffic young immigrant women into S-slavery. They all admit that happens. They want ICE to be gone, but they have no solution, no alternative to ICE. So here she is saying, hey, look, do you want ICE to be gone?
Why are you getting so angry?
Because our country being run by fucking criminal and nobody's doing anything.
Very, very emotional. He's run by emotions.
And people like you are defending actions of fucking terrorists.
And people like you are defending these pedophiles being in Minnesota by wanting to abolish ICE and get them out of there.
I'm not defending those
You just did, bro.
If you're trying to argue that we need to get rid of these people, that these are fucking pedophiles, then get the fucking pedophiles in the White House out now.
Those are pedophiles.
Okay.
And so when you want ICE,
it's crazy how it's like, okay, both things can be bad.
Minneapolis.
I think most everybody on the right is very upset with how the Epstein files are handled. We still want those out. we knew from the first administration from Trump, we weren't going to get everything we wanted. We just knew it was better than the alternative. We think he's doing a bad job, very bad job, even with his picks for certain positions in government. Like, some good, some bad. That's why we don't worship him like he's our Biden leader or whatever, our savior.
Mm-hmm.
Good and bad, we can both admit it. But somehow he's like, if we don't get what, the Epstein files, then we have to let all these child R's in our society by fighting ICE. He has nothing to stand on.
This is who you're protecting.
No, I am not trying to protect those people. I'm protecting the actual people who had not had any previous criminal charges against them being deported. Sure,
but they're trying to go in the courthouse. He doesn't know this. The reason we have all the violence in Minneapolis and California and all these riots is because sanctuary city policies keep ICE outside of the courthouses. If you lose your hearing, like you try to become a citizen. If you lost your hearing in a place that wasn't a sanctuary city, they deport you right away. Why would you be convicted of murder and they say, okay, you've been convicted, come back in 6 weeks? It's like, no, you're going to jail today. The same thing that happens with deportation hearings, but since sanctuary cities don't let them in there, they have to go out there in the street and find them. That's what the argument is about. But here he is saying, I only want them when they're convicted. They've already been convicted.
Maybe those people have been convicted. Maybe they should get out. But
how do they get out, though?
I mean, get out.
But how does that happen without ICE?
Because there's the one guy that ICE was out there when they had the picture of the U.S. citizen. He's handcuffed. I think he's Asian. He has no shirt on. They're like, oh, why are they handcuffing U.S. citizens? It's like, because they're looking for a convicted R. They found out later that even though they were going after that guy that was they arrested the U.S. citizen, they handcuffed him, the city already has him in custody. The convicted R. He needs to go. He has deportation orders. He's already in jail, but they won't turn him over to ICE.
Why?
Because they're sanctuary.
Find some other organization not hiring criminals.
There isn't. There is no lawful organization that can remove somebody that's here illegally and committed crimes. They can't do it.
You know what that's called? That's called the fucking police.
The local police does not.
The police can't enforce border laws. The most insane thing that I found out about this is when you saw over in San Diego all those panga boats landing on the shore and all the illegal immigrants running out and getting in SUVs driving away. The sheriffs are there. They can't enforce border laws. It's just that's in the statute.
They don't have the power to do that.
They don't. That's why you have to swear. You have to have state troopers sworn to enforce it federally so they can do it. But regular officers, he doesn't know shit, but he thinks regular officers can do something.
They don't deport people. ICE does.
Okay, well, here's the thing, though. Say that they want to get these criminals, or they want to convict the criminal, get them out. All right. You want to know an easy way to know if someone's been convicted? An easy way to get criminals? Go to the fucking jail cells. Get the people that have already been convicted.
That's what they want.
Get them out, not random people on the fucking streets.
Okay, so again, we're just going to talk calmly here. These people are pedophiles and they are criminals. Give me 1 second before your impulse tells you to interrupt me, okay? 1 second. If you don't want ICE going around, if you don't want them to exist, if you want them abolished, these people would still be in our streets. These people would still be going out and raping children. There is no one that could deport them. They don't have the agency to do that. And I think it's dangerous to start telling local law enforcement that they can go and start deporting people. ICE has the power under Title 8 to do this. So tell me, how do we remove these people if we abolish ICE?
Simple. Just lock them up for crimes that they've committed.
It's funny because he's reinventing what the conservatives want. He just doesn't know it.
If they committed crimes, they should be jailed.
Yes.
Okay. Just not even just ignore the deportation process. And the fact that you're trying to.
But these are federal crimes. These are federal crimes that are handled by the federal government because they are illegal.
But what is a federal? How is it a federal crime? To be protesting. Why did a mother have to get shot in the face 3 times?
We can talk about that after you tell me how on earth we're going to get these people out without ICE. Local law enforcement, and you want to talk about constitutional and it being legal?
I'm well aware. She's a hack.
Why are you getting so angry?
Because the country being run by fucking criminals and nobody's doing anything.
He knows the answer. He's like fighting. He's using his entire body to just fight it. That's why he's getting so emotional. She's coming from a very rational place, and he's just not having. He's letting his emotion take over and just not listening to anything she has to say.
Yeah, because if she gives him some sort of like actual rationale as to why he's wrong, it makes everything about his identity. You can't make your political opinions your identity. You can have a guy that says, okay, look, the right is good sometimes, the left is good sometimes. I'm kind of in the middle. I'll pick and choose what I represent. If someone says, I am a Democrat, I am a very libertarian, like they make that their identity. You attacking the flaws in the party is attacking flaws in their soul, and he just can't accept that.
Anything, and people like you are defending actions of fucking terrorists,
and people like you are defending these pedophiles.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, he did. Okay, I can't stand to hear him anymore. But it's just they're getting to this point where they just make shit up. They just make shit up. They're the bad guys, and I don't even know why CNN would give this guy any time on air.
I understand that, but they take people to Fort Snelling here, which literally was built as a concentration camp, and Alligator Alcatraz, which I think we can all agree is a concentration camp.
We made it up. We say, like, if you look inside the Alligator Alcatraz, it looks nothing like a concentration camp. It looks like a medium or a low security prison. They're fine. They have their cell phones. Like, this is not what he thinks it is.
I'm not saying they're Dachau. I'm not saying they're putting people in ovens yet, but these are.
He thinks it's gonna happen.
Concentration camps.
Okay.
When even CNN has to wave you off saying, hey, man, you're being fucking regarded, you know you've gone too far. he's regretting his choice of guest.
I don't need to argue with you about
yeah.
I'm not going to argue with you. I said it and I meant it. So, I mean, there's a lot of stuff here, but it's like people are still losing their lives. A DUI took out a family over in San Diego. Super, super sad. The guy had deportation orders. He had several DUIs before. Tragedy. No one's complaining about that. And now you got Governor Gavin Newsom saying, because Preddy lost his life, the Trump administration doesn't support the Second Amendment. You know, me and you, in the near future, will not be able to buy Glocks in California.
Why do you always blaming everything on the Trump administration? Why?
Because that's all they have. Like they think the only thing they need to do to win the presidency or their elections or whatever is to defeat Trump. They offer nothing for the American people. He offers nothing to the citizens that had their houses burned down in the Pacific Palisades. He just knows, if I'm anti-Trump, if I walk around carrying Trump knee pads, if I use your tax dollars to fly overseas and talk about Trump knee pads and mating with Trump because he's a T-Rex, I'm gonna win the next election. They provide nothing other than Trump is a bad guy, even though it's saying the Trump administration does not support the second. This is Newsom saying the Trump administration agrees with my administration, and somehow that's a win because Orange Man bad. Again, nobody was complaining about the crazy liberal that sent rounds into the Dallas ICE facility trying to end the lives of ICE agents and just ended up killing 2 immigrants. Weston Len's been talking about, nobody cares about this guy. Those immigrants were infinitely more innocent than good or Preddy. But some reason, the left has programmed them to say, we're here to protect illegals unless they're ended by our party. Then we'll just conveniently ignore it. But here you have them saying, hey, look. Actually, I can't even play this because of the nature of it. But this based girl straight up saying, hey, look, yesterday an illegal arrested because he brutally awed an 11-year-old at knife point.
Terrible.
And you guys are here complaining about Preddy and good when ICE is trying to get rid of these people. They're insane. Actual victims, actual American citizens, actual innocent people. Preddy wasn't leaving a donut shop. Renee wasn't going home from dropping off her kid at school. These people were just living their lives. But the left has captivated their base so much, they can convince them to go, what is it? Batshit insane on journalists saying you're a hack because you're trying to protect those people and conveniently ignoring, hey, crime is a thing, law and order is needed, and yet they've been convinced we're on the right side. Now, nobody cares about the list because nobody told them to care about the list. All they're told is to recite lines. Like, I don't know about you, but how many people on social media, on Instagram, have you seen saying things like, you should be outraged over this Preddy incident. Oh yeah. You speak up. Like, all these regular people saying this.
For people that have no inside information, I'm like, you're posting about coffee yesterday, and today you're posting about political stuff that I don't understand.
And it wouldn't bother me if they had some sort of nuanced take. This is what I think would happen to the thing because I saw this and I've done my research or whatever. Like, it's just copy paste what a celebrity said. I'm saying the same thing too because I'm worried about being called a fascist. I don't want to be a racist. So here's me agreeing with everything the left-wing media has told me because I have no personal ideas. I have no personal values. I've never thought about something for myself, but let me just repeat what I saw Steph Curry say because Steph Curry is a man that is nonstop protected by individuals that are armed. And yet he's always telling you, you need to be disarmed. Saying, the borders for the country are bad, but the borders for me are good. And here he is seeing all the rioting, the loss of life, the fingers being bitten off. And he's going to go on TV and say, I'm proud. I like Minnesota. I stand with them.
It was definitely that.
Oh.
I just know there's a lot of heavy hearts and a lot of things, especially this Minneapolis community.
He's so scared of saying the wrong thing. It's sad. If he just spoke from what his actual virtues were, he wouldn't be stuttering. He could just say, "This is what I feel." But he's like, "I gotta toe the line and say the right things because I know my side will cancel me forever and never buy my sneakers ever again." Because the political NBA is back.
Yesterday was rough. It's been rough. I know out here, and you can kind of feel it when we got here. Whatever, 2 days ago,
I don't understand the
protests that were going on downtown. It was amazing to watch the turnout. And
it's amazing to watch what's happening in Minneapolis. They're biting off the fingers of ICE agents. 2 protesters have lost their life. Another activist left their kid in the car and they got them tear gassed. This is amazing, according to Steph Curry.
That were going on downtown. It was amazing to watch the turnout and peaceful protests and the unified voice that was here.
And here's the thing, it's sad to say, Steph Curry saying this shit, Jaylen Brown, I'm one of the biggest Celtics fans. I think Jaylen Brown should be the MVP this year, but after he popped off on social media saying how much that we need to be activists for Preddy, I'm like, you know what? Not going to watch Celtics games this year. Talking like, I don't need to be preached at by a basketball player that's still trying to say, I know better than you about these political situations because he's on there. Again, Steph Curry, Jaylen Brown haven't said shit about any of these actual victims in his community. But somehow they're like, when you have a guy running at the cops with armed, fighting them and losing their life, they all of a sudden have all this stuff to say because, the border laws, they don't care. What is it? Steph and Aisha Curry, his wife, asking the town to not let them build this building because it's too close to his home in the Bay Area suburb. We don't want this in our backyard. We sent a note. So it's like, so borders for me. I don't want to be near the poor people, but you guys can be next to the immigrants. There's no alternative to ICE because you've got the Minnesota Timberwolves saying, we're canceling our Golden State Warriors game because of prioritizing the safety and security of the Minneapolis community. So basically, this was a protest that they were avoiding. Enough is enough. This is like 10 activists. This is what they were afraid of. Oh, it's so bad. But then someone calling out saying, funny, 50 people are ended every weekend in Chicago and the Bulls never canceled the game. Again, all these victims, NBA's never canceled the game. Steph Curry's never spoken up about anything except when it comes to building houses next to his borders because your borders don't count. But then because they got to make some virtue signaling moment for some guy that caused the end of his own life, they got to cancel games. And it's sad because when they try to cater to the left, you see this on Reddit, NBA, to 19,000 upvotes, they say, cancel all NBA games until we see action, thinking the NBA is going to be able to stop federal law enforcement. It's ridiculous because you have him there. They're having a moment of silence for him at the Warriors game.
We extend our love, support, and heartfelt sympathies to Alex's family, friends, and our community during this difficult time.
At least they use an actual image of him, sad to say.
Please join us in honoring the life and memory of Alex Preddy with a moment of silence.
again, someone said the same leak threw out a fan protesting against communist China because China owns the NBA, sadly. But now you're starting to have a little bit of pushback. You know him?
Yeah, but why is the NBA getting involved in all this?
Because these guys are idiots. They not Anthony Edwards, but these activists think, oh, I'm going to be on the right side of history and parrot all the left-wing talking points, thinking America didn't just vote in Donald Trump with the majority of the popular vote.
Just a message to that community. Man, I just love Minnesota. All the love and support that they show me, so I'm behind with whatever they would. And
he's so desperate to say, I like the fans. I support them, and I don't want them to burn my home down. I want to sell jerseys because Republicans are fans too. And how do I get out of this conversation?
I don't really have social media, so I'm not in tune with everything. But I've heard about the stuff that's going on. So,
and the thing is, though, I think he's about as in tune with this as Steph Curry, but he's a little bit less. He won't get bullied into this because somebody said. It wasn't this tweet, but they said, people don't realize when you try to force someone into taking your side by bullying them on TV, it doesn't bring you to their side. It pushes them away. Like, they're trying to bully me into this thing I don't want to. And it's sad because, you know what the New York Post is?
Yeah.
It's slightly conservative. I'd say it's still kind of liberal in a lot of ways. They report things. But now there's going to be a California Post. So a West Coast version of their publication. The Dodgers, best known for going to the White House after they won the World Series and freaking out all the fans. The Dodgers like, hey, we welcome the California Post. Whatever. It's just a fucking newspaper. Everybody is so upset. Oh, wait. The Dodgers were anti-law and order. You have time to delete this. I hate the fact that you have to post this about a new word. They're so angry about the Dodgers being conservative because if you look at Major League Baseball... Oh, and I gotta make this smaller. Major League Baseball is probably one of the most conservative, like they vote Republican. And you think about actually independent, I'd be willing to claim independent's probably leaning right because nobody feels afraid to say they're a Democrat in the media. Everybody feels that. So I'm like, a lot of these millionaire athletes that are very, very religious. What does every athlete say after they win the championship? I like to praise God. I'm thinking a lot of them are conservative and that they wonder, why do these millionaire athletes that demand borders for themselves want to side with conservatism? They're just super upset that the narrative is ending. Because now you have fucking, Natalie Portman. You have all these actors and actresses thinking it's still 2019. She has ice out pins. Good. Yeah, ice out pins for you, but I am absolutely certain she demands borders around her own home.
What's going on in our country right now is absolutely horrific with what the federal government, Trump's government, Kristi Noem, ICE, what they're doing is really the worst of humanity. And then we also have the best of humanity for the way people are showing up.
The best of the best humanity is Renee Good trying to ram her core into that ICE agent and that guy fighting with his coming armed, and also that woman picking up her kids from basketball, but leaving them in the car so she can go protest while that kid gets maced. According to Natalie Portman? Yeah, Natalie Portman, right? Natalie Portman, that's the best of the best.
For each other in community and Americans coming out to support each other and protect each other and fight against injustice. So
What injustice is she missing? Is this the injustice she's talking about? Or is it just, I was told to say something?
I could not be prouder to be American right now.
And again, I'm proud of Americans. That's what Governor Walz said. She said it. Steph Curry said it. That's their new marching orders.
By the way the Americans are acting, and I could not be sadder to be American right now with the way the government is behaving.
Of course, we're at, unfortunately, a horrific moment in our country with the federal government attacking civilians.
Attacking civilians. Apparently, they can indiscriminately attack federal agents, but they can't be attacked in return. But then you got, what is this, Ed Norton saying this.
These are not normal times, and it's like we have extrajudicial like assaults on Americans and humans going on a daily.
Name one. It's always this broad thing. They'll say Renee Good Alex Preddy, that baby, the 5-year-old with the bunny ears, all these things that are debunked. But if they say them all in succession, they make you think, oh my God, we are under attack.
Basis now, and it's not okay. And even though all people kind of have to put one foot in front of the other and deal with the demands of the day, we cannot act like this is not happening. And I think, you know, I think what they're doing in Minnesota with the strike needs to expand. I think we should be talking about a national general economic strike until.
I will leave their national strike if they all of a sudden turn all their money away and suffer the same way someone losing their job would.
It's like, why are they ignoring the side of where the illegal immigrants you know, killing people and hiring women? Because they're just ignoring, they tend to ignore that specific side of it and like victimize the immigrants, the illegal immigrants. I don't understand.
They're only mad when someone tells them to be mad. The same reason one guy loses his life fighting law enforcement, they cancel the game. 50 people are killed every weekend in Chicago. They don't seem to care. The thing that makes me the most upset about this, because I said I keep on seeing people on social media posting the same talking points. There's an artist. There was a what does she do? She makes puppets. Like there's a girl that makes like arts and crafts. I watch her. I watch this artist that does creepy drawings, and I watched what was the other one? I was so like put off by it. But it's like 3 people that have nothing to do with politics. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about. It was like a real estate person talking about this, and then they know they're still in their gated communities. They're still well off. Nothing's gonna happen to them. But they're going to convince some useful idiot like that girl that was in the teaching them how to stomp, or the person that picked up the flashbang and blew off her fingers. Nothing will change in their life. They feel virtuous because they stood against fascism or whatever. But then some useful idiot is going to die. They're going to lose their hand, or they're going to do a decade in prison. They know the dumbest 1% of their party is going to be essentially sentenced to a lifetime of suffering or early life. I'm sorry, a short life. But they don't care as long as they made their good moment. I was on TV and I said, I'm proud of everybody. I parroted what Governor Tim Walz said, even though he's currently under investigation. Like, sad to say is, they think it's 2019, despite the fact that you see this over here. Minnesota, Alex Preddy, ICE, search terms over time. Nobody cares about this stuff anymore. Like you are kind of connected to the world. You didn't even know about the Preddy thing. Everybody except for chronically online people like me and some of you guys are thinking about this, but most people just care about, hey, sports game. It's the baseball. Like that's all it is. And now you're seeing over there in Minnesota, all these businesses, Best Buy, 3M, Gillette. I actually don't know most of this. Ecolab, I know that. The football club, the Vikings, like they're all Target. They're all saying, hey, de-escalate this. Turn this down. They no longer want the Tim Walz to fight them. All those companies during BLM, Target, I'm guessing Red Wing, like a lot of the banks were, the healthcare companies, all of them were on the side of the protest. Oh, we're in solidarity. Now they're seeing this from a mile away. Like, no, we stood on your side. We put signs on our windows saying, we stand with you, and it didn't save them from their houses being burned down. It's 2 companies, yeah. It's probably just one thing, yeah. The midterms are important. I think the midterms are important for. We'll stand for the last part. The midterms are important for Walz, because if he doesn't win, I think he's going to jail forever. This thing is always broken. Doesn't ever want to. I'm trying to get his super chats, but I guess. While we're waiting for that to load, if you guys haven't already, I mean, you're likely following me over on, what's this thing? You're likely following me over on YouTube, Decap Decoy. It looks like we have almost 75K, but if you haven't been watching on Twitch and you have Amazon Prime, you can attach your Amazon Prime account to your twitch.tv/decoy and give me a free $5 subscription. Costs nothing to you if you have Amazon Prime, but it gives me some money. So if you want to support me that way, that'd be great, but it's not necessary because sometimes it's hard to connect. Oops. But yeah, you can support me over there. I do want to get the super chats. Or is there anything else you want to cover right now?
No, it's been. I mean, most of the stories you just spoke about, I don't really know about it. So it's been interesting to see how some people are just blinded by what's going on. They just see a specific side and it just like they dive into it without even doing their own research on the reason. I'm sure some people don't even have an idea of why they're protesting. They just hear the story of ICE and that just triggers them in a sense and just, I want to protest. ICE is everything I hate. But okay, why do you hate ICE? They can't really explain, can't give you a reason.
I think they're afraid of being called a fascist. I'm not a fascist. I'm not a Nazi. Natalie Portman, I loved her in Star Wars. Oh my God, Edward Norton, he Fight Club was amazing. Oh, thank you for the bits, Killinator. But they want to be on the right side of history. I'm not going to be the bad guy, so I need to go on Twitter. I need to go on my Instagram that I have arts and crafts, and I need to show everybody that I'm on your side. I'm going to parrot that because they don't think for themselves, unfortunately. And sad to say, like that one guy going nuts, like, what do you mean? I want the them to go to jail, but you know what? It's like they just keep on trying to paint this thing of I'm on the right side, and if you make me think for myself, I'm gonna freak out. Oh, thank you, Airmon Squire, for the Prime sub. Oh, thank you, Chris Shell, for the 5 gifted. That's awesome. So, the super chats is Leo Wolf the Red says Tim Pool said the left is more serious about fighting than the right. That's why the right is wrong to laugh at the left when they can't win a civil war. We know how bad war is. They don't. Yeah, I think that they're taking it more seriously right now, but should it get bad, I know all the conservative people will be able to overtake the non-conservatives in a physical conflict. We don't want it, but I don't think they stand a chance. Gregory Batoy says, love your works, go Dodgers. Thank you. Yeah, Dodgers going to win this year. It's no chance. It's be anybody else. A-Train says, showing the history doesn't matter when they've already decided / field who was wrong. Yeah, totally run by their emotions. Michael Hole says, they drop Ukraine, Palestine, Epstein, Venezuela for Somalian proxy war in Minnesota because I believe it's the Chinese running this narrative, telling them what to think. Anonymous says, hey man, just wanted to say thank you for always making me smile. If you ever need the opinion of a Minnesota native, hit me up. Thank you. BDOR says, Walls needs to take responsibility for this, and Trump needs to do something ASAP. Yeah, Trump needs to get on top of it, but I'm hoping, I'm not too hopeful, but I'm hoping that they're trying to do the legal thing behind the scenes, and they've been watching the Signal chats for a while, and it's just, you got to do it legally. KeyJX says, changing subject, what about the good incident? There was tons of video from different angles, but one, the wife, where's her post video? Because she's not going to post a video that incriminates her. If she's out there saying, go out there, gun it, get in their way, this makes her complicit. I think in a wrongful death scenario, the family of good could go after the partner. Stone Mind says, Auric and Ivory. I don't know what that is. Edgelord says, if we think this is bad, imagine what's going to happen if they ever get control of the federal government again. That's the thing is, the Republicans don't realize it's win or go to jail. They would already try to throw Trump in prison. Why are you guys being shy about getting rid of the filibuster? Redonk says, a matter of time until Tim Walz flees to Canada. I think he's fleeing to China, if anything. Hitman Zarelli says, just join Rush Hour 4. What is war good for? Absolutely nothing. False Avatar says, Australia saw better defenses during the Great Emu War, chat clown. Okay. US Bud says, the left don't hate law enforcement. They want to be the law, judge, jury, and executioner. We saw that with those guys shouting at that random car. They're using ISIS tactics. It's insane. That's true. EW says, the dude is lying, easy tail, wrinkled forehead, trying to overemphasize things. He could be talking about that guy going crazy on that girl, or he could be talking about me. My forehead. Thank you, Bite Diddy the Mod, saying, Hong Kong 97 has a sequel in the works. Hong Kong 2097. Maybe you should play that on stream if possible. I'll check it out. I don't know what that is. Bite Diddy again saying, I'm very concerned about ICE using high-tech face scamming and scary surveillance technology. But with that said, let them do their job so ICE can go home and not become Gestapo later. I would...
They have that? They have a face scanning technology?
Oh, they do. Oh, thank you, Chris, for the 10 gifted. No, they have face scanning technology, but honestly, I don't think it's that much of a concern, at least for me. Because remember, the guy that ended Charlie Kirk and the guy that tried to end Donald Trump, they saw them from multiple angles. They almost were able to catch them based on luck. I don't think it's as good as they think it is. When2 Sakurai says the rioters are scared and angry but stupidly naive, so their attempts to fight back are just play fighting or radical action which endangers everyone. And that's the sad part, is like they're endangering everyone, especially the immigrants they're trying to save. Because remember, with that shooting over in Dallas, the guy that was allegedly trying to save all the immigrants shot into the ICE facility and ended 2 of them. The left didn't freak out about that, but then you'll never hear about it. King Kong, what?
What about King Kong?
Yeah, the Democrats want to be the cop, judge, and jury to Rittenhouse. They keep on trying to say Rittenhouse was the same thing as Preddy, but it's like, no, Rittenhouse was there, open and carrying, telling law enforcement what he was doing. That other guy came there, concealed carry, fighting law enforcement. It is very different, but unfortunately, they can't tell the difference between Asians and illegal immigrants, Africans and illegal immigrants. They're not going to be able to tell the difference between a lawful carrier and a dangerous criminal. Succession would be the only way to let the left win again. I think Succession is what they're trying for over in Minneapolis, because I think whatever Somalian fraud the Walls is sitting on is going to get him sent to prison. And so, anything you think?
No, it's been an interesting take, honestly.
Yeah. And left and the right are in 2 different worlds. Sad to say it's true, but I think there's reality and people that just parrot the talking points they're given. Because I remember when I saw the Freddy incident in the very beginning, before they had the best angle from the person in pink or purple or whatever, I was thinking, oh yeah, this is going to be bad. One of the cops messed up. But now that you know that the guy was reaching into his waistband or where his holster was and pulled out what I thought was a magazine again, I think he was likely trying to get them, but didn't realize he was disarmed. I even called it out in the beginning where that the SIG, it had misfired. I think that's what caused it. Insane that's what could cause Civil War II. But yeah, I thought it was worse than it was, but no, I think that guy, I don't want to say he deserved it, but he definitely created the circumstances that caused his death. Yeah. So I think that's pretty much what we got now. Not even 2 hours, but two and a half. I think we're pretty good, but we will see you guys probably on Thursday or Friday. We'll figure out when I want to do another live stream again, but anything you want to say before you sign off?
It's been an interesting take, especially on the live stream, interacting with people. And the chats as well, you guys having different opinions, and trying to also get the idea of how people react in situations like that. Yeah,
a lot of racism pointed at us in the beginning, but I mean that's the game. That's the game. We can have a sense of humor about it because the left doesn't. Yeah, bananas and race chat, that's messed up. But thanks for hanging out as long as you did. But for now, duck off.